Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Oh shit. It has actually been a long ass time since we've been in this kitchen, hasn't it been? Like, it used to be that pretty much all the cooking streams would happen in here, and then sort of started to branch out a bit, I guess, and it was kind of funny. I was going back trying to think about, like, when's the actual last cooking stream I did in this kitchen? And I think it was last summer? Weirdly enough, I've done all the rest of them since then outdoors, and while I certainly do enjoy them doing them outdoors, and I do enjoy outdoor adventures, and frankly, even I kind of wanted to do this stream outdoors, it didn't work out, so that's too bad, but that's okay. The good news is I can cook right here in my kitchen. We can have a good time. You can enjoy Irish-related products, Irish-related alcohol, ideally.
Please have
And we can have a good time.
drop.
Sup, Espresso Duck's coming in top of the Prime 7 now for 7 months. Please have Joel bless a Mugger's Belt drop. No, I won't. Because you'll just get ACLG next week anyways. Nice. This kitchen has seen some shit, yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny. Hold on, let me adjust something in the other room so I can see my cam the whole time. It's kind of funny that, I guess it's probably been long enough at this point that a lot of people haven't seen me do a cooking stream in my kitchen. So, this might be kind of like a new, I guess, setting for people. I don't know if that's very exciting considering it's just some ghetto-ass apartment kitchen. But, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while. So I'm looking forward to just kind of like having an easy time cooking in a place that was actually built for dedicated cooking. Imagine that, right? Show you around? Bro, you know what this looks like. What's in the fridge? Probably some stuff that I should have thrown away a long time ago at this point. Got some science experiments in there for sure, but don't worry about it. There's a reason why this fridge door opens the way it does. That way you can't see inside. Anyways. Perpetually half full sink. Well, it's the drying rack, and yeah, shut up. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so we are going to be doing a bit of a St. Patty's theme today, in case that wasn't completely obvious, concerning the music and the fact that I'm drinking Guinness and the fact that I'm wearing green and the fact that it quite literally is St. Patrick's Day. We are going to be doing a couple of St. Patrick's Day related dishes today. And frankly, they're not like particularly complicated or even that exciting if I'm being completely honest, but I kind of just wanted to make 2 hearty recipes that I thought would be really nice for St. Patrick's Day. And it was kind of like another situation where originally I was trying to overthink it, and then eventually after a while I was like, you know what, let's not overthink this. Let's just make 2 dishes that look tasty that I've never made before, okay? So, for those that have seen St. Patrick's Day streams that I've done in the past, I've done a couple of them. I did one 2 years ago where I made corned beef and cabbage plus Irish soda bread plus pub chips, right? Like it was like Irish pub potato chip thingy, whatever. And then last year I made shepherd's pie. Now, ironically, we kind of, the previous cooking stream right before this one already just did like a shepherd's pie chili, so it was kind of inadvertently something that was already like similar to the theme today. I will admit that now that I think about it in hindsight, I kind of fucked up. I probably shouldn't have done like 2 back-to-back, like first Scottish and then Irish themed, but well, whatever. I kind of forgot that the next cooking stream would kind of naturally end up being the St. Patrick's Day one, but okay, so we'll do a couple of back-to-back UK themed streams. Okay, well, technically not UK, maybe we'll just assume Northern Ireland, whatever. We're gonna do frankly, some dishes that are kind of somewhat similar to the last one I just made, if I'm being completely honest, but it should be tasty and should be good. Now, what actually is that going to be? Well, one of the dishes that I love to have sometimes when I go over to a friend's place for St. Patrick's Day is Guinness stew. And my friend has made it a bazillion times, but I've never actually tried it myself, and it's always delicious, and I wanted to kind of try my own iteration of that, so we're gonna make Guinness stew. Seems appropriate, right? Should be a nice and hearty and thick sort of stew sort of situation. And then we're also gonna make what's called Irish Colcannon? Colcannon? Whatever, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's basically just like slightly bougier than normal mashed potatoes. So nothing fancy, but a couple of like really hearty, just kind of like stick to your stomach dishes that should hopefully satisfy the inner. I don't think I'm Irish at all. Maybe I'm Irish, I don't know. I've got like a lot of generic white guy in me. It could be. Colcannon is good. Colcannon? Colcannon? Sure. I don't think I've ever actually really tried it. Like I've seen it before and I've read about it before, but I've never actually tried it. It's like mashed potatoes with stuff inside. So we're gonna make mashed potatoes with stuff inside. Sure. So, Colcannons, hell yeah, brothers. So if you do want to cook along with me, you can do !recipes in the chat, the recipes that I'm using today are in fact in the chat, or sorry, in
Yes.
the Nightbot
I
command. I'm
always
not
miss
like,
these, so
I
you
didn't like
get
make
to
up my own
watch
recipes, I
this
just found them online
now.
on Google, so don't try to give me any credit for like, wow, streamer, you came up with these all on your own. No, we're just copying someone else today. What's up, Scuzz Muffin coming in out with Prime 7 now for 13 months, thank you, sir. Yes, you always miss these, so you get to watch it live now. Yes, you do. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos Fund. Appreciate you, dude. So without further ado, let's say we get started. We're gonna get started on the stew first, because that's gonna have to ultimately simmer on the stove for a good hour and a half, according to the recipes, so that's what we're gonna start with today. And then we'll work on the Colcannon after that, brother. Hell yeah, dude. So, okay, let's get our shit out here. So the first thing we're gonna need, the most important part of this, is that we're going to need is 3 pounds of beef chuck roast. At my local Walmart, I did not have, at any point, an option to get the 3 pounds of beef chuck pot roast, unless I decided, I guess, to get 2 of them. So we got 2.59 pounds. Whatever, close enough. That's some meat right there, boys. Big old-fashioned American red meat. Hell yeah, brother. Gonna be consuming that one. And then a whole bunch of other shite that we're gonna add here in a little while. All right. What's up, Puai, coming in hot with the Prime sub now for 3 months. Thank you, sir, thank you, sir. Your sub will also go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos Fund. And Guinness Fund. Fuck it, dude. All right. Finally a cooking stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Finally one back in the kitchen. It's been a while. Like I said, I kind of did want to do this one outside, and I kind of had a place in mind that didn't work out, but I can promise you that there's plenty of outdoor cooking streams coming this upcoming year. I've got this like fun theme in my head that maybe I'll tell you guys as we begin cooking here, what we can do for like kind of upcoming cooking streams this upcoming summer, but I got a lot of fun ideas, so I'm not sure many of them will end up being in my kitchen, but we'll see. Anyways, let's get the shit show started. I don't want to just sit here and yap the whole time. I can yap while I cook. So, okay, first things first, we need to trim the excess fat off this pot roast and then cut it into bite-sized pieces. Okay. Would you believe that this giant, like, not like super high quality cut of beef costs $7.97 a pound nowadays? What a fucking scam, dude. Shit's expensive, man. Normally, I feel like this cut of beef, at least like back in ye olden times, would have been like the shitty cut that like nobody wanted and you get for like dirt cheap, but nowadays, I guess, people have caught on. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make this into stew. Oh, that's so high. Yeah, I know, right? Jesus. So yeah, this like 2.6 pounds of beef cost me over 20 bucks. What the fuck? You're not gonna see me buying this every day for my daily meals, but whatever. For a special occasion, St. Patty's Day stream. All right, fine, whatever. Last week's chili inspired you? Dude, that chili was so fucking good, man. I'll be very happy to make that again. I think the only thing I would do next time is maybe dial down the Worcestershire sauce a little bit, but other than that, yeah, it was very tasty. Very tasty indeed. Okay, so let's give you guys a little zoom in and we can do the nice and close-up Dali meat cam, if you will. Oh my. Any meat enjoyers in the chats? Oh. Now that's a traditional cooking stream view right there, boys. Oh shit, we are so fucking back, boys.
It is my 17th year dating anniversary with the wife. You are
What?
getting
Was
more
that
of
Hans?
my money today than
What's
she
Bell?
is.
What's up, bud? Bell coming on top of the Prime sub now for 63 months. That's a lot of months. It's your 13th year dating anniversary with the wife. I'm getting more out of your money today than she is. Well, I appreciate that you're cheating on your wife by watching me instead right now. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos Fund. Oh, I didn't sharpen my knife before stream started. Actually, let me do that. It's kind of been a hot minute since I sharpened my knife, and I don't need any Dali knife memes on my stream. I've been memed enough about my knife, so you guys got me like so self-conscious about this shit back in the day that like now I always make sure that like for a cooking stream I always sharpen this bad boy. Okay, so I got one of those like these sorts of sharpeners, so yeah, assuming like, oh, you should be having like some sort of superior knife sharpening method tool. Streamer, use this one instead. I've got this one, it works great. Yeah, whatever, this works fine, alright, this works fine. Alright. Alright. Put in the little polisher thing. Alright. Nice and sharp, thick, ready to go for potential murdering, or at least I guess self-defense for criminals that decide to break into my ghetto-ass apartment for some reason. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Don't need any steel chunks in my steel, please. Or in my steak, please. All right. Not even an elemental sharpening stone. I know. I just used a dense sharpening stone. I'm a filthy casual. Sue me. All right. So let's take this bad boy out and cut her up. Now it says just bite-sized pieces. I guess I'll just kind of wing as to what bite-sized pieces is going to be, but I assume we're just going to cut it into like, I don't know, like inch-thick cubes, something like that. Body. That's a thick piece of meat right there. God damn. Okay, so first things first, let me get a paper towel I can wipe my hands on while I do this thing. It says to cut off the excess fat first and then bite-sized chunks. So I guess we'll try to remove as much fat as we can. I mean, I don't know, I'm a fat enjoyer. I like my cuts of steak nice and thick. Like some meat on those bones, or I guess maybe some fat on those bones. But that being said, we'll remove like the obvious chunks of like the fat right here, the best we can. Just always give us like a waste, right? You pay for the full weight of the steak, including the fat that's on it, so it almost feels like, should I really be cutting this shit off? Do I want this shit to go to waste? If you watch all those survival shows, you would know that like the fat is the most important part, right? The fat is the part that like gives you the most calories and allows you to sustain the most heat in the cold of the winter. Feels bad, man. Render it into tallow. I'm not gonna get that fancy. Sorry, boys and girls. If I just render a bunch of beef fat, it'll just sit there in my fridge until it goes bad and gets super nasty, so that ain't gonna happen. That seems fine. I mean, this is not really a fatty cut in the first place. I don't really think there's much to cut off here. That's the good news. This little chunk here. Honestly, I think it's kind of already good to go as is. Kind of fine with it, just like sending it now already, as in like cutting it into bite-sized chunks already. Yeah, I guess there's like a little chunk here. Okay, sure. Why should you remove the fat when cooking a stew? I don't know, man. Like, that's just what the recipe says to do. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just follow the recipe and hope that it works out. I mean, I agree that like the fat in theory makes it taste better, right? But it's not like we're cutting like all the fat off this. It just says cut off like the, according to this, excess fats, the excessive chunks, if you will. So I think that's good though. Honestly, I think we've gotten what you would call the excess chunks. I really think it was just like that big ol' hunk that was sitting there. Everything else here was fine. So, all right, cool. I guess we'll just start with the chunking process, if you will. I don't know. Sure. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this. I mean, I've kind of done something like this before. I think when I did... When did I do this? I remember cutting giant chunks of beef for something back in the day. It was like... Was that I guess it was Philly cheesesteak maybe I'm thinking of, but I guess that was smaller chunks since that was like supposed to be in a sandwich, whereas this is going into a stew, so... I'm trying to make like inch thick cuts, so let's go like that right there. Is my dad Irish? My dad is like a combination of like a bazillion types of white person. He's gotten a little bit into like the ancestry stuff in the past, and I think he recently told me it's like everything, man. I'm like part Dutch, part English, part German. There might even be some Irish in there. There was a lot of shit in there. I don't actually even remember. Like, I could literally text him right now and ask him. I'm sure he'd be like, "Oh, here you go. Here's all the different ones." But I kind of don't care that much, to be honest. That's why I always say when people ask me what my heritage is, I am half Chinese, half generic white guy, and that kind of tells the story well enough at that point. I'd say these are decent bite-sized chunks, right? Those will definitely reduce a bit when they're being cooked, anyways. The fat will render off the beef and just float to the top of the stew, not actually appetizing, have a layer of fat topping the entire stew. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm doing it, obviously. I know what I'm doing. All right. Look at that thick chunk of meat there, boys. Oh, baby. That's beautiful looking. Absolutely beautiful. I could have sworn I cut other beef chunks into chunks for something else. I know it doesn't matter, but now I'm just bothered. This is bothering me. For some reason, I'm just having like deja vu from this process. Like, I'm trying to think of like what I've done this process for before. I make giant chunks. Oh, you know what? Okay, I do remember now. It's last year when I made the dragon breath chili. On the patio, I was making big old chunks of beef, so that way we could make it for the chili that we made. Oh, yeah. That was the one I was trying to think of. There you go. By the way, boys, we are not talking about WoW drama today, or really anything classic WoW related. We will talk about that tomorrow, not to worry. Obviously, there's a lot to discuss, and obviously, I know that people probably want to hear my takes on stuff, and we'll talk about that shit tomorrow. But for now, we're frankly kind of trying to ignore the existence of World of Warcraft just for one day. Because, frankly, that entire phase of MC speedrun was a bit exhausting and a bit, what's the best way to put this? Soul draining, perhaps? Not in a Warlock way, but in a IRL sort of way, so... I would love a day, personally, of just sitting here on stream, cooking some good food, drinking some good alcohol, and trying to ignore that entire shit show. We'll go back to the quote-quote real world tomorrow. Yes, I'm aware of the irony of what I just said. Yeah, let's focus on the meat and the fat for today, precisely, dude. Okay, so this nice little cube right here, we'll just cut this into 4, I think. Like so. I don't know if these chunks are too large or not, but I feel like I want to err on the side of a bit larger than a bit smaller, so... Because they'll get smaller as you cook them, right? Definitely want this shit to be nice and hearty once it's fully cooked. It'll be fine, dude. It'll be fine. Fuck WoW, just cook. Dude, honestly, if I had, like, my billion-dollar nest egg ready to go, and I was just, like, saying, like, okay, fuck it, I can do whatever the fuck I want now. 100% I'd do more cooking streams. The things that generally limit me, like as far as how many cooking streams I can do, are number one, just the time that I have, like, because these are a bit of a production. They take a bit more pre-planning and production and, I don't know, creative brain power than just regular WoW streams. And then also the fact that, frankly, they're just expensive. It's expensive to do these more than like once every, like at most a couple of weeks, just because I stream classic WoW for a living, so can't be paying $8 a pound for fucking beef chuck roast every few days, unfortunately. But they are fun, I'll say that. They are fun. Whoa, careful, SpongeBob. Little extra fat in between these two little chunks here, so trying to get that shit off, ideally. This stuff's like the very sinewy part that you don't really want in any portion of what you're eating, ideally. Or so I've been told, I don't know things about cooking, but seems right, sounds right. Makes me sound smart. Ooh, oh, come on. Oh, don't want to like get rid of the beef. No, 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 no. Okay, whatever. Okay, that looks fine, right? That looks fine, okay. Leprechaun meat? Yes, I did in fact slaughter a couple of Irish midgets before the stream started, and we're now cooking them for our dinner tonight. Shoutouts to their sacrifices, it will not be in vain. I found them on the street, it was really convenient actually. I don't know why they were just walking around, but it was quite nice because I needed meat for my stream tonight. Okay, close enough. You guys don't just have, like, Irish... Oh, sorry, did I say midgets? I meant, what are they called nowadays? What's the politically correct term? Little people? Vertically challenged people? Is that what it is? They were wearing green leprechaun hats, alright? It's fair game at that point. It's this dwarf meat. Oh, my. Nah, no. It's no meat, obviously. Dwarves, I respect. Ain't no way I'm gonna be chopping up the dumpy right now. But gnomes, they deserve nothing but, really, frankly, a fate of just being stewed in my pot later tonight. That sounds pretty good to me. Do gnomes taste good? Gnomes look and sound like 12-year-old children. Maybe I shouldn't be asking that question. Manlets. Grilling up a couple of short kings tonight. And the good news is about like this meat, because I'll be honest, this is definitely not a very good cut of beef. Like, it's gonna be fine, but once you stew it up, it's gonna get hopefully tender and easy to just kind of chew through and melt in your mouth sort of thing. But definitely not something you'd want to just grill up on the stove and say like, okay, cool, just eat it. I mean, you could, but it'd be very tough and a lot of chewing, that's for sure. What's the splurge on the side of the counter? Oh my, you must be new here, bud. That stain right there has been there literally since the first cooking stream ever. And chat got so triggered by it the first cooking stream that I ever did, then out of spite, I refused to clean it. So that, it's not even a stain, it's literally just like something I could clean off if I wanted to. I think it's, I don't know, just like barbecue sauce or something, but chat got so annoyed by it the first stream I ever did in this kitchen, I decided just to keep it to annoy people, and it's been there literally now for years. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. It's kind of almost it's part of the stream at this point. Like if you look at my cooking stream intro picture, you can see it's even on there. Also, you'll see the oven or the stove later. That one also have like another traditional thing that is there only to spite chat, really. We cut like these, and then we'll cut these in half, and then that'll be pretty good to go, I'd say. Ooh, come on. There we go. All right. The stain is an icon? Exactly, dude. It's like a cooking stream institution at this point. Oh my. Okay, so we got those. I just want to cut these into thirds, actually. You could cut this in half or into thirds. We'll go with thirds. Why? Because I can. All right. I'm also, you can't see it right now because outside is over that direction, but it's actually a beautiful day outside. I was specifically planning this cooking stream for today, not only because it was St. Patrick's Day, but also because the weather was looking really good. So I really actually wanted to do this cooking stream at the campground that I've used in the past for, the first one was when I did like the fish and chips, and the second one is when I did, last year I made the empanadas. And I wanted to use that one again this year for the St. Patty's Day cooking stream because the weather was really nice, and this would have been admittedly kind of a fun thing to cook over a campfire. But unfortunately, the campsite's not open until April, so rip that. What can you do? And then there was like a couple of other options I could have used that would have been outdoors but not campsites, but the problem is that it's St. Patrick's Day, so like obviously your boy's gonna drink, right? So if you do it at some outdoor location where you're just doing it like during the day, and then after that you pack all your stuff up and you drive home. Obviously I'd have to limit how much I drink at that point, and for St. Patrick's Day, like, I don't want to have to worry about how much I'm drinking, right? Like, we're enjoying ourselves, right? So I was like, well, shit, okay, we'll just do it in my apartment kitchen, then I can drink all I want. Speaking of which, yeah, need to remedy that problem. I do have to save one of these bottles of Guinness so we can use it for the stew, but I've got 6 of them, so I think we'll be all right. Ah, yes. Cheers, chat. Next month, though, big camping stream. I got some fun ideas for this upcoming kind of spring into, I guess, summer sort of outdoor streams, and yes, it'll involve some camping. Or maybe like quasi-camping, so I'll just, fuck it, man. We got the OGs here watching the cooking stream, right? So I can just tell you. I've been kind of struggling over the past like maybe half year to think of like new ways to keep cooking streams fun and fresh and interesting, because like at the end of the day, there's only so many things, like so many different things you can cook, and there's only so many kind of interesting settings that I can choose in the immediate vicinity. But ironically, when I was searching for a location to use for this stream, I ended up actually kind of going down a rabbit hole of different places that I could go to just like maybe as like a one-night stay, like an Airbnb. Okay, actually, before I continue that yapping, let me get to the next part of the recipe and then I'll continue with the topic I was just on. Okay, so what we're supposed to do is, I should have been heating a pot this entire time, shit. Gonna do that now. All right, and I think we're supposed to salt and pepper the beef anyways while we're doing that, so that's fine. Heat 1 tablespoon of oil in a large stock pot over high heat. I don't have a large stock pot. I've got this pot. I think that's fine. And then we're gonna add half the beet to the pan and sear, flipping the beef once it's developed a good brown sear on the bottom, then repeating on multiple sides. Transfer the beef to a clean plate. Add an additional 1 tablespoon of oil to the pot, then remaining beef sear, transfer to a clean plate. I get the feeling I'll probably have to do this in 3 batches and not 2, but that's okay.
Cooking streams. Happy stream, Mr.
Oh shit, what's up, John Basket coming in top of the tier 1 sub now for 12 months, aka 1 year of degeneracy. Thank you, sir, thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Cooking Stream Fund. Thanks for hanging out. Glad you're enjoying. Wow. I agree, man. I love cooking streams as well. I love them too. It's always a nice change of pace, especially when you're dealing with a lot of video game related bullshit. Not that I'm saying that like, oh god, I hate playing video games, but sometimes it's good to just cook some good food. Sometimes it's good to just like not have to worry about that shit. Alright. Just want to make sure I can get good coverage on the salt and pepper. Okay, cool. Now the thing I always struggle with when I need to like season any meats is like, okay, you season one side and then I guess, how do you flip this all over? I don't know. Anyways, here we go. Yes, 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 yes. When it comes to just seasoning beef, man, salt and pepper really does do magical things. There's no need to put like any sort of like fancy seasonings, like, oh, steak seasonings from this little jar of whatever. Nah, dude, salt and pepper gets the job done just fine, man. If you're putting anything else on your steak, like, look, I'm not here to gatekeep. Put it whatever the fuck you want, but, man, if you're overcomplicating it past salt and pepper, I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of fucking up. You're kind of fucking up. Getting salt and pepper all over my counter. Very cool. And floor, for that matter. I haven't cooked in, at least I haven't done a cooking stream in this kitchen for a long ass time on stream, so I'm not gonna lie, I let my kitchen get a little bit, a little messy. I had quite a bit of cleanup to do before I did the stream today. It'd gotten a little out of hand, I'm not gonna lie. It'd gotten a little degenerate, basically, since Fresh had released. Okay. Pat that shit in. I guess we'll just try our very best to just flip this over and just do this again. How you flip, it's when it's like little small chunks like this, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay. Kosher salt over table salt? Oh, is that what I should, okay. Fine, I can do, I've got kosher salt, I can do the other side with kosher. I've personally never understood why it matters, if I'm being honest. Like, I have kosher salt and it's fun to just play around with and look fancy with, but like in reality, isn't it just salt? It's like salt is salt, right? It's NaCl. Does it matter what shape it's in? I don't know. It's like when people like talk about like, yes, I've got Himalayan salt, the finest sea salt from the Dead Sea. As if it's not still just fucking salt. I don't know, man. Am I missing something here? I feel like this is like propaganda from Big Salt just to get me to buy like salt that costs like $20 a pound. I'm good, dog. Here come all the salt elitists in chat. They're quite different. I refuse to believe that. As far as I know, salt is NaCl. Would they invent some sort of new type of periodic table with new sodium on it? Like sodium squared, sodium 2, electric boogaloo? Doubt. Alright, fine. You want some fucking kosher salt? Here's some goddamn kosher salt. Alright, okay. I'm gonna do half, so it's gonna be like half kosher salted. Half regular table salted, and I guess what we'll do is we'll taste the difference later. We'll taste one side, we'll taste the other side, and see if they're any different. Surely I'll be able to tell the difference. You only cook your ramen on a block of pink Himalayan salt, peasants. Yeah, exactly. This fucking guy. Don't get me wrong, by the way. I do like using this kosher salts like for certain things, but for this specifically, when I'm just kind of trying to get like a quick spread on the beef. I'm a bit more annoying than a salt shaker. And yes, by the way, this little thing of kosher salt does in fact have a little shaker thing that I could use, but if you use kosher salt, I feel like you have to pinch it. Otherwise, like, what's the point of using kosher salt when you can't feel fancy and pinch it with your hands? Buddy. There you go. Happy chat? Got my fucking fancy ass kosher salt that's totally different than table salt. I'm sure it tastes totally, completely different. I'm sure it's a completely different type of saltiness. Okay. There. And yeah, of course the recipe says like, make sure you use fresh cracked black pepper. I'm not gonna do that, dog. No, I got the normie shit. It's gonna work just fine. What's up, McLaurin coming in half the Prime sub now for 6 months. Thank you, sir. Get that IRL food buff? Hell yeah, dude. Definitely no shortage of protein in this meal coming up, that's for sure. A lot of nice gains in this one, baby. Although, I'm not trying to make gains per se, but nice to maintain gains that you've already acquired over time, right? Sure. Alright. That'll do, pig, that'll do. I would say that qualifies as generously seasoned. Oh, make sure to thoroughly feel your meat to make sure that you've properly rubbed it. You'll know when it's been properly rubbed. Yeah. Okay. Fuck the fresh cracked black pepper. Coach yourself for stable salt, you'll die on this hill. Well, at least I'm glad to know that at least if it comes down to one or the other, that I've got the one that you approve of. I'll drink to that. Cheers. Okay, so let's take you over to here, and I guess we're gonna sear the beef, or I don't know what the proper terminology is here, but we're gonna get some nice color on the beef. Oh. Sure, that'll do. Okay. So we'll see if we can cook this in 2 or 3 batches. I'm thinking probably 3. I don't want to overcrowd this. This is definitely not as big of a pot as I think ideally the recipe wants you to use, but I don't have a giant ass stock pot, so you gotta make do with what you got, right? So, it says 1 tablespoon of oil, right? Yeah. Using olive oil, because we're classy like that. Great value, obviously. We're not that classy, I mean, let's not get ourselves here. What's up, January Cowg? I'm not really talking about WoW stuff today, to be completely honest, man, but chances are I will not play TBC. Probably gonna just go back to Era, yeah. Okay. Irish music I found, by the way. Very lively, isn't it? Okay. Well, let's send it. Oh, what a great sound. What a great smell. Oh my. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do 3 rounds here. I could technically like squeeze in half of this right now and do this in 2 batches, but I got time. No need to overcrowd it and make it so that it's like not thoroughly browned on every side to the fullest extent that we want it. Right? Alright, I think that's good enough for now. Oh, what a great sound, dude. Gotta build that nice crust on there, right? Something sealing the juices or some shit. Yeah. I'm gonna take you over here. Go in mobile chat. There you are. Hi, chat. Hello. No speedruns today? Bro, I'm speedrunning this fucking meat right here. It's gonna be fucking delicious. In fact, well, I'm not speedrunning. I don't want to speedrun a stew. That'd be silly, but I'm gonna speedrun these nuts, man. And we're looking there. Okay. Probably need to turn up the heat maybe a tiny bit. Getting some browning, but what I'd not what I'd call like the. There's a term for it. There's like a word for it where like not only does the meat brown, but it also kind of like gets like a crust sort of situation going, like a little like orange sort of color going to it. What's that called? Someone fancy in chat knows what that's called. The Maillard reaction. Yeah, that. See, I knew I've got some classy motherfuckers in this chat. Precisely that. That's what we're ideally looking for. Right now, we're not really getting much of that. We're kind of just. I mean, it's browning, sure, but it's not crusting, if you will. I've heard people say there's no such thing as too much browns. Sir, this is a not WoW stream. In a not WoW stream. It's a very odd thing to say. Monka TOS. Are we still on the salt discussion, by the way? I'm glad I'm not the only one that's confused as to why using kosher salt is some big fucking deal. Okay, I am gonna flip this now. Don't want to cook this all the way through. We just want to get it like browned on ideally all sides. Okay, now we're getting a little color on there. Okay, not bad. Not ideal, if I'm being completely honest. I think if you wanted to get like the ideal amount of color on these, you'd number one probably want to use a different style of pot, like something either like a cast iron pot or maybe like a really thick ceramic pot so you could like really crank the heat up. And then number two, I think you probably want a bigger pot. That'd help too. But, oh well. At the end of the day, I think this will end up tasting fine. Okay, there we go. We're actually getting some color on some of these. Alright. Not as much as I think you could, ideally, but at least some. Tiny bit. Small sliver of it. If you use table salt over your salt, over salt your shit? What? Huh? What are we talking about here? Boys, with peace and love, no one gives a shit about the salt anymore. We've moved past it. We've seasoned our shit. We are cooking this shit. Peace and love. There we go. That's some good browning on these pieces. Buddy. Yes, yes. Yeah, man. You're a salty boy? I mean, we're all fucking salty boys. We just watched an entire phase of Molten Core speedrunning. Pretty hard not to be pretty fucking salty after that, man. Like, literally everybody besides, I think, Eternal has a reason to be salty. Anyways, we're not talking about WoW today. What am I doing? Who the fuck is Eternal? Cheers. You were cleaning your kitchen while I cooked, had to walk back for the salt debate that you clearly missed? Hold on, oh, I hear people talking about table salt versus kosher salt. I need to get my spicy take on this. I need to get my salty take. This is clearly something I've got a lot of expertise on. Yeah, aren't you fucking special? Alright, we're gonna put this on the plate here once the rest of this situation has been sorted. What am I doing after this, by the way, while this just kind of finishes doing its thing? Yeah, we definitely should have prepped like onions and other veggies first. Fuck. Yeah, I was definitely, okay. Yep, definitely should have prepped the onion and garlic and carrots and, okay, fuck. Yeah, I fucked up. All right, well, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. We can just leave this pot off to the side and just do all this shit. Like, this beef is supposed to sit on the plate for a while anyways, but. Okay, I really should have not been dumb and learned, like, follow the lesson that I've learned in the past, which is like prep all the veggies in advance and don't ever do that shit, like, after you've already started. Why did I not do that? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say this is probably ready. I mean, come on. You can tell me that doesn't look kind of like off to a good start. Oh, juicy. Oh, yes. Cool. Now, it's not completely cooked, of course, and that's fine. You don't need it to be completely cooked yet, as long as it's browned on the outside, then the rest will cook, of course, as it's simmering. Cool. Need more Panda Express in this stew. As much as I do like Panda Express, it would be an odd choice to eat during St. Patrick's Day, I gotta say. If you show up to the St. Patrick's Day party and you bring like your orange chicken to set that down to add to the food on the counter, people might give you a bit of a weird look for that one. I'm not gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, it would be delicious, of course, but there's a time and a place, right? Okay, let's add more. See, I've got the little, what out? Zataz? The what? Huh? You gobble that beef? Dude, I would just eat this shit as is right now, honestly. Like, I know it's not like a particularly, like, tender, amazing cut of beef, but I'm sure it would suffice. Alright, once again, don't want to overcrowd this shit. I'm gonna do this in 3, batches anyways. Yeah, like one more. Yes, yes. Get some color on these bad boys. Oh, I'm sure you can hear that sound, right? What a beautiful fucking sound, man. Irish loves Chinese spice bags? Whoa. I'm not denying that Chinese food is not delicious, and I'm sure they consume Chinese food in Ireland. I'm not trying to deny that, but I will say it's an odd choice for St. Patrick's Day. Can leave it at that. Is it true chocolate boxes are going to bop on next update? Huh? I don't think I have any chocolate in my apartment right now, so I don't know. Hard to say. I don't really eat chocolate IRL all that much. Do I have any chocolate products in this entire apartment? I don't think I do. I don't dislike chocolate, I don't know. Never have an excuse to eat it. The US theme stream with the deep fried burgers dripping grease needs to make a return. That was a fun one, wasn't it? That was the 4th of July stream a couple of years ago. Last year, though, we did the homemade Big Mac and Nuggies. That was also fun, but yeah, we'll need to think of a fun idea for the 4th of July this year. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I mean, I can tell you this, the NASCAR race that I'm going to in Chicago this year that I'll definitely have content for, that's on 4th of July weekend, I think. I think as far as I remember, July 4th this year is on Friday, question mark? So if that's the case, I think Friday is July 4th, and then Saturday and Sunday are when the NASCAR races are, so we'll see. I mean, I don't really think I can do a cooking stream while I'm in Chicago. That's not really going to work, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Any Kerrygold butter in the recipe for more Irishness? I'm going to keep it a hundo dog. I have no idea what that is, so I guess not. Unfortunate. Okay. Flip these bad boys. I'll be honest, not as much crusting on these as the last batch. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit, but not nearly as much as I'd prefer, but oh well. It's fine, it's fine. It's super expensive, nice-ass butter. I'm keeping it a hundo, boys. I already spent enough money on the stream as it is, so we'll have to live without our super bougie butter. I think regular butter is going to get the job done once we need to make our, once we make our Colcannons. Hell yeah, brother. Get out those fucking cannons. America. You love ass butter? I mean, dude, where your butter come from is your business, man. I'm not going to tell you where you shouldn't be smothering your butter in. If you want to drive fast and eat ass, I'm not here to stop you. 4th of July is when the Smorky will finally get perfected. Dude, I do want to get back on the Smorky train, but yeah, I do that during camping streams, right? And, oh, right, so yeah, I was on the topic before of, like, what I wanted to do for the upcoming streams. So yeah, I was searching for a location to do this stream, actually, and ultimately I didn't find anything that I thought I could make work on somewhat short notice, but all right. Here's the idea I do have, Chad. I was just kind of, I was at Comfy Brewery, okay, this was last Thursday, and I was enjoying some brewskis, right? So, you know, enjoying myself a little bit. And I was scrolling through Airbnb because I was trying to find like potential places where I could do something like a quick little, almost like mini cabin trip where I could cook the St. Patrick's Day stuff. But it didn't really work out like as far as me being able to do that shit on short notice. But you know, people don't really think of Indiana or just the Midwest in general as a place where you're really going to be able to find a whole bunch of like really fun, interesting places to stay as far as like vacation rentals, right? Because like at the end of the day, it's like just a bunch of cornfields everywhere, right? But when you really start looking, like just kind of exploring different random ass places that like are in the middle of fucking nowhere, you find these little, at least what look like hidden gems where it's like this little tiny cottage on a farm property, or little cabins that are like on a little like river bank in the woods, or just like little tiny places that look like they'd be the coziest, charming places in the world to not necessarily camp per se, but like do very, I guess, primitive, either glamping if you want to call it that, or just very primitive cabin staying, right? And so what I thought would be really fun to do in the future, for maybe this upcoming year of cooking streams, is maybe what we do, what I've kind of dubbed in my head as the Cozy Cabin Tour 2025. Like every couple of weeks we try a new random ass cozy cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere in Indiana, and we not only get to cook there and just cook something fun, whether it be like over the campfire that they have on the property, or just like in some random ass tiny little kitchenette or whatever, and then also just get to explore the quirkiness of these random little areas that you find the cabins. Because I found, I don't want to spoil them, right? I would rather show you like once we're actually there, but I found a whole bunch of like these little tiny quirky cabins in really random places with some really unique features, or at least looks like would have like really unique features about them. Not only about the cabins themselves, but the areas surrounding it that you could explore. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking we do like Cozy Cabin Tour 2025. Probably can't start it until after I'm done ranking to 14, realistically, but that would still leave us with plenty of time, like in the late spring, and I guess, I mean, it'd be hot as fuck, but I guess during the summer as well, and the fall. The only downside to this idea is that realistically, in the majority of these places, you're not really going to be able to expect to have good enough internet to stream live. That is the major downside to this. Like, chances are most, if not all of these, would have to be pre-recorded, because the downside of being in the middle of fucking nowhere is that obviously the cell reception is going to be close to non-existent. So it would probably mean a lot of pre-recorded streams, and when I say pre-recorded, I'm talking about like, you know, I'd record it in advance and then present it to you guys live. It's not like I'd just like upload it to YouTube or anything, but like they'd have Wi-Fi. I mean, some places did, but I'm talking about like really rural shit. I'm talking about like middle of fucking nowhere, cornfield, basic primitive cabin in the woods sort of thing. And when that's the case, like, nah, ain't no way you're gonna get good enough reception to stream. Like, you might get enough reception to like text people, but like to stream like requires a pretty solid connection to the point where I don't think it'd be possible to live stream most of them. But that being said, I think it'd still be fun. So I'm gonna try my best to make that work. Starlink, yeah, sure. Just go in and sub, like, give me another 1,000 subs and we'll fire up the Starlink. Any primers in the chat? Rank to 14 in the cozy cabin. Oh my. That'd be a tall task for sure. Okay, there we go. These ones getting better color actually. Oh yeah, there we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't turn on the light here. There we go. Helps. Make sure I waste all of the electricity. Buddy. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. I think I maybe should have added more oil to that last batch. That might be the reason why that last batch didn't get as much color as I was hoping for. Sad. Looking swole, Mr. Dali? Shit, I'll take it. Thanks. That's why we're eating all this beef, brother. Gotta get that protein. Gotta get them gains. Hell yeah, brother. Jesus. Go rank in a cabin, yeah. Be comfy. It's one of those locations, Ron Swanson's cabin. Oh my. I think Pawnee, Indiana, even though it's a fictional town, was supposed to be set in like southern Indiana. I live in like northern central-ish Indiana, so it'd be a bit of a tall task. So, yeah, that's my idea. I mean, it's not set in stone anyways, or yet, and it's not, like, nothing confirmed yet, and I don't know, maybe there's some snag that I'm not thinking of that would make that less feasible than I hope, but it'd be fun to do different settings for cooking streams. Like, of course, I'm fine with doing cooking streams in my kitchen as is, but I've done a lot of those already, right? So it'd be fun to not only come up with cooking streams in new locations, but also make like, maybe themed dishes based on where I am. Okay, so I'll give you one spoiler as to what I was thinking, like, it'd be really fucking funny. There was one little cabin you could rent on, like, a horse farm, like, where they just raised a whole bunch of horses, and, like, not only could you stay in this cabin, but you could also walk around the property and, like, kind of just, I don't know, could pet the horses or whatever, right? So I was thinking it'd be really, like, fun to, like, go to this cabin, like walk around the property, say hello to the horses, and then I don't know where I'd get it yet, but get a bunch of horse meat and cook horse meats for dinner. I've never eaten horse before. I don't know where I find horse meat, but it's got to be possible, right? So, pet the horses and then just like eat horse meat right in front of them, just as a power move. That sort of thing. That sort of funny idea that I have, like stuff like that, you know. All right, I think these are good to go. Turn the heat down because now we got to prep all the veggies, which we really should have done in advance, but oh well. Nice color on these, though. Buddy. Yes, sir. A whole bunch of, like, nice little beef. Kind of, I don't know. There's a I think fond is the term you're looking for. That's the correct term. What's at, like, the bottom of the pot here now? Yes, yes. Now, ideally, I'd have a bunch of veggies that I just, oh, shit, that I'd throw into this pot immediately, like, while this fond is still hot and sizzling, but I gotta prep all that shit, so let's do that now. Van cooking when the cops showed up is another favorite. Good times, I guess. All right, let's back off here for now, like I said, and cut up the, you gotta do the onion, we gotta do the garlic, although the garlic actually we can just do with the garlic crusher, so I guess just the garlic and really the carrots, which won't take long. It's just kind of the onion that takes a hot minute, but that's okay, it's not even that long, not even that bad. Okay. Back we go. Let me just 100% confirm there's nothing else I'll have to chop up besides the onion, the garlic, and the carrots. Oh, potatoes. Yeah, shit, gotta cut up potatoes as well. Okay, okay. Should have done that earlier. All right, we've got all the veggies that we'll need right here. Let's get out the onion. We're gonna have to kind of speed run cutting these veggies, which I'm sure is a recipe for disaster, but we'll see what happens. Sitting on the river side by side by the cabin, knocking back some brews. Exactly, man. Doesn't that sound comfy as fuck? Another idea I've had, like, it'd be good, like a fishing stream. Not gonna give away more than that, but like, I've always kind of in my head imagined doing a fishing stream. That'd be fun. Dude, like I said, I don't want to give away too much, but there was just so many kind of just fascinating, weird, quirky, tiny little cabins you could stay in that are all within like a 2-ish or less hour drive of where I live, which means that it could literally just be a drive there the day of, do the cooking stream, and then leave the next morning. It'd be kind of fun. I'm just saying. Alabama Bass Collab. Yeah, that'd be a little far. I don't know if I want to drive all the way down to Alabama, but nor do I think the bass pond is open to the public, but I will admit that that is the dream collab, right? Collabing with Bama Bass, maybe doing like a night of camping on his bass pond. Can you fucking imagine? Dude, I want to go back to Talladega. That was so much fucking fun, dude. I'd love to do like a Talladega Part 2 stream. I'm still not even ruling it out for this year. It's a little late to be going during the spring race because that's happening like in a month or less, so can't really do that, but there is the potential of this fall because like I think they're doing the second Talladega race this year. I think it's late October, so by then it'd be like comfy and not like blazingly hot outside, which would be nice, and then also by then I think Classic Squared would like be kind of sort of not winding down, but I could afford to take a weekend off and be just fine. Do it? God, it's so fucking tempting, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was so much fun the first time. So much fun. I feel like there was a lot that I missed that I'd love to go back and have a chance to dick around with. So we'll see. We'll see. No guarantees yet, but definitely been mulling that in my head, no doubt. Okay, so just chopping up this yellow onion here. Not gonna get cute here. Just gonna cut it up like a standard onion that I would. It says roughly dice it is what it says to do. Okay, so maybe dice things a little more roughly than I normally would. So like rough dice, huh? So like this, and then like this. This qualifies a rough dice? I'd say that qualifies. Yeah, it looks pretty good. A lot easier to rough dice, I guess, than it is to like do a fine dice that I would normally do. Okay. Sure. You miss every shot you don't take. Oh, I promise you, man, if I went to Talladega, I'd be taking plenty of shots. No doubt about that. Definitely weren't short on alcohol when we went to that race. I literally had just people hand me free alcohol a few different times because it was like, hey, you need some beers? Here you go. Here's a beer, brother. Good fucking times, man. It was just like, it was one of the most unique experiences of my entire life. I've never really been to a place quite like that before. It was fascinating to witness humanity living their best life there. All right. Show me your butthole. Reveal your rectum. Hell yeah, brother. Precisely. Okay, so we got the onion, cool. Put this in our nasty ass bowl for now. Another cooking stream tradition right here. Could I buy a glass bowl that would look a hell of a lot less nasty than this? Absolutely, but what fun would that be? Okay. Next up, I guess we'll do the carrots, question mark? It says 3 large carrots. I don't have 3 large carrots, but I've got like 5, I don't know, small to medium-ish sized carrots. I'm just gonna do all this shit. Damn it. I'd say all of this collectively kind of becomes 3 large carrots. Whatever, dude. I don't want to waste anything left in this bag, so I'm just gonna use them all. Fuck it. The beef juice may start burning. No, I turned the heat down to just like really, really super low. I wanted to keep it warm so that way it doesn't like solidify, but yeah, no, we're chilling, we're good. We're good. It's just nice and warm right now, but it's not smoking, so that's what you want, right? Sure. All right, so carrots, let's see. I don't think we're gonna add all these veggies at the same time, so I don't wanna just like combine these all at once. I think we're gonna add looks like the onion first, and then the garlic a little later, and then, when do we add the carrots? Okay, it'll be like later when we add like the stock and the potatoes. Okay, so I wanna make sure I keep these onions separate in that case. That I can do. It doesn't really say how to chop these carrots, but I'm just gonna do IDK, normal carrot chopping. This seems fine. Okay. Guess I need a separate bowl for this shit. Another nasty ass bowl, of course. Onions and carrots at the same time. You would normally think so, yes, but the recipe says just the onions initially, so. Okay. Eventually we'll want to take the heat back up so that we can saute those onions and garlic nice and hot, but do that momentarily. Do want to make sure all the stuff is pre-chopped, because it's always annoying. Like if something's already on the burner and then like you're on the clock, like, oh, you gotta chop it quick, then that's no fun. And I am notoriously slow at chopping anything, really. My knife skills, in case it's not obvious, are not exactly top tier, so. I'd like to have all that shit chopped in advance, just so that way you don't have to stress about it in real time. Everything is just good to go as is. Okay. Is washing bowls illegal here? I promise you these bowls are washed. It's just that like, I've had these bowls literally since college. So like that would be, Jesus Christ, like 12 years now. So they're plastic, and yeah, oh, streamer, you're gonna ingest a bunch of microplastics, your dick's gonna fall off, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know, shut up. The fact of the matter is, like, over time, a plastic bowl is just gonna kind of get infused with shit that you've cooked with over time, right? These bowls are clean. I promise you, if I run a fingernail over the side of this bowl, it's not like anything collects on my fingernail. It's just that, I don't know. The plastic has been seasoned over time, right? That's a thing, right? And so far, at least, my dick has not fallen off, so they still seem to be fine. I'll be 305 out of 305 knives in no time. Yeah, one day I'll live up to Armadillo's standard. One day. When does the trinket drop? What? Sir, we're cooking Guinness stew. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, let's get the... actually, let me get the garlic out. Let me at least get the cloves. We'll use the garlic crusher, so I'm not going to worry too much about the... about chopping the garlic, but we do want to at least make sure they're in the cloves are ready to go for crushing a little bit later. This is the same garlic that I used for the Guinness, or sorry, not the Guinness, the shepherd's pie chili, and like one of those garlic cloves I remember was like rotten, so hopefully the rest of this garlic is still fine. Seems fine. I don't know. Looks okay. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're gooch. We're gooch. Okay. Proof or we call lies? Proof of what? Huh? Oh, that my dick hasn't fell off? Yeah, that one we'll save for the OnlyFans, boys. I'm not gonna give you that proof for free. Currently I'm like 50 out of 305. Hey, if anything, I started at 0 when I started these cooking streams, so we'll call that very slow but steady progress. Show cock. Not cooking any chicken today, I'm afraid. I've got some fun ideas with my friends too that would be fun for a stream that, I don't know, I don't want to give any secrets away, but we wouldn't be cooking chicken, but it'd be duck related. I'll just leave it at that. Nothing's set in stone right now, but might have a duck themed stream coming up in the relative near future. What am I doing? Why am I not just doing the garlic like crush with a knife technique? Come on, streamer. You've cooked before. You know what you're doing now, right? Sure. I have a confirmed detachable cock. Feels like I'm leveling back in Westfall again. Yeah, good times. Can't forget the detachable cock, obviously. Yeah, so convenient. So that way if your dick does fall off thanks to your nasty-ass plastic bowls, it's fine. You got it covered. No need to worry about that. Okay, garlic ready to go. Last thing we need to chop up is potatoes. Now we need a good, I believe it's a 1.5 pounds of potatoes. The good news is, back when I bought potatoes for the shepherd's pie chili stream, I had plenty of these left over, so we're just gonna use, it's supposed to be 1.5 pounds. I don't have a scale to measure this shit, but I can tell you that like, I didn't use many of these initially when I bought the bag, and it's supposed to be 3 pounds, so I've already used probably like maybe 1/4 of the bag, so we're just gonna kind of try to estimate like, I don't know. There's 3/4 left, so we need to take out 2/4, whatever the fuck that means. I'm just gonna eyeball this shit, whatever, man. What is a 1.5 pounds of potatoes? Is it this much? I feel like this maybe represents like 1/2 pound, like probably like 3 of them is 1/2 pound, so maybe just like 9 of them. I like potatoes, right? Like, I don't mind having a... Yeah, this is fine. That's fine. That'll do, pig. That'll do. The golden potatoes, indeed. Honestly, kind of the goated potatoes. Like, I like all types of potatoes. I don't think there's any type of potato that I wouldn't eat, but can we all agree that Yukon Golds are kind of like quite literally the gold standard of potatoes? This shit's delicious, man. All right, so it says to cut these into bite-sized pieces. They're already kind of small as is, so I don't really think I need to chop these or cut these up too much, but bite-sized pieces, huh? I'm gonna keep the skin on, personally. I know you could probably argue that you should take the skin off, but I'm kind of fine with keeping the skin on. So like, I'm gonna call bite-sized pieces like just this. I think that's fine. We cut this in half, and then, yeah, that's fine. I want this shit to like remain kind of chunky. At least in my mind, like when you make a stew, you want it to be chunky, right? Like you don't want it to be just slop. You want it to have like kind of chunky texture to it, if you will. So yeah, maybe like, yeah, maybe we cut these in like quarters like this. Maybe like that. Yeah, okay. I want it chunky, but not like, I don't want like one bite to just be nothing but potato. That'd be a little silly. There we go. I think that's about right. Red potatoes are best than golden. Yeah, red potatoes are pretty good too. I'll give you that. We do have some red potatoes that we'll be utilizing later in the stream. I'm just saying. That'll be for the Colcannon, brother, but... Golden, I don't know, man. The funny thing is, like, golden potatoes, even if they don't necessarily, like, actually in reality taste that way, it just, their color makes them look like they're just, like, extra buttery. So, like, when you make them into mashed potatoes, for example, it just looks like your mashed potatoes are just extra buttery and extra just delicious because, like, the color alone. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, by the way, I have absolutely no idea the quote-quote proper technique of cutting potatoes into bite-sized pieces, but I feel like we're making this work fine. I feel like these will work out and be approximately bite-sized, right? Sure. All right. Facts, Yukons can do it all. I'd love to go to that region of the world at some point, the Yukon. I went to Alaska as a kid, and I really loved it as a kid. I'd love to go back as an adult at some point. The Yukon being like kind of adjacent to it in Canada, right? I know that's a little off topic considering we're just talking about potatoes, but I don't know, now I just thought of the Yukon. But yeah, I love potatoes in general. Is there a potato dish in existence that isn't fucking delicious? Potatoes are just one of those goated foods for me. Like anything you do with potato, it's gonna be delicious. Onions are kind of the same way. I know not everyone, onions are a bit polarizing, I understand, but onions, like, I don't think I've ever had a dish with like a shitload of onions in it that isn't fucking delicious. Garlic, same way. Oh, the dream. Whoa, careful. Put the stone over here, by the way. Still doing fine, okay. Trying to just make sure that all the good juicy beef flavors in the pot aren't burning and they're fine. Every dish should just have potatoes, garlic, and onions and add from there. Yeah, that's always a good base, right? Maybe even include, I mean, obviously, like salts and butter, right? Or at least some sort of fat.
Sitting on a beach.
Always a good start.
I saw a 15 meter MC time.
What is this essay in chat being written right now, huh? What's up, Cowslap coming in How the Prime Sim now for 47 months. That's a lot of months, dude. Wow. Been away for 2 weeks sitting on the beach. Hopefully all has gone well. Saw the sub 15 MC that time. Wow. You kind of missed a lot. I'm not gonna lie, dude. You got some catching up to do. I'll just say that. But regardless, thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos Fund. Hope you enjoyed your time on the beach. Imagine like going outside at any point ever. Ugh, horrifying. German beer buttered potatoes. Oh my. Dude, say less. I'm so fucking there, man. I'll stick my dick in that. 100%. Okay, this does seem like a lot of potatoes, I'm not gonna lie, but once again, is that really a bad thing? Probably not. Cal missed all the worst parts of this phase. Yeah, honestly, man. Because we got that 15-13, what? It was about 2 weeks ago, right? If you just saw that and you went on vacation, just assume it never... Just assume that that's when the phase ended, right? Just assume that nothing happened after that of any relevance or of any note. Although I will say, once again, we're going to talk about this more later. I'm not looking to do WoW talk today, but there is at least good news on this front. Yesterday I realized might have been a bit of doom and gloomy, but for what it's worth, got some good news, and overall I think it'll end up leading to what might end up being a net positive out of all of this. I think that might be cope, who knows, we'll see, but I think everything that happened yesterday might ultimately end up being a good thing for the long term of, I don't know, classic squared streams, I guess, or just classic squared in general. We'll see, we'll see. Horde confirmed? No. We'll talk about tomorrow. Whoa, definitely came very close to slicing my finger there. Dude, I literally just cut off like the outer layer of skin. You're not gonna be able to see this, but like, I quite literally just came close. It's like slicing a chunk of my finger off there. You're not, can you see this? No, you can't. But I cut off literally the outer layer of skin. It's not even bleeding. I've never really actually cut myself on stream before, so that was about as close as I've ever gotten right there. Monka giga, but we are Gucci. Yeah, all right, cool. And I believe that represents all of the stuff we have to chop now, right? We've done the... Having some Jameson with Coke to tank raid tonight. I'll drink to that, brother. Cheers. Gotta save one for the stew. Careful, streamer. All right, I'm gonna crank the heat back up on the pot now that we're ready to do the thing. Where'd I just put that? There. Hello. By the way, I tried to get the cans of Guinness, the ones where you can like, when you crack the can, right, you can get the like, sort of thing, but they were all out because, you know, surprise, surprise, people were buying them up on St. Patrick's Day. Who could have seen that coming, right? But that's right, bottles will get the job done. Cheers, chat. Nah, it's all good, Cowslap. It's all good, man. I'll give the full story tomorrow if like you need to catch up. Okay. Anyways, so the next step here is to saute the onion and garlic. So reduce the heat to medium-high and add the remaining tablespoon of oil to the stock pot. Add onion and saute for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add garlic and saute for 1 minute, stirring occasionally. Stir in the flour and cook for, okay, so we'll have to have flour ready to go. That I can do later. After that, we're gonna pour in the Guinness. Use a wooden spoon to scrape the bottom of the pan to lift up those yummy brown bits. Stir in the beef stock that we have, carrots, okay, potatoes, tomato paste, a bay leaf, Worcestershire sauce, dried thyme, and the cooked beef, okay, along with any of the accumulated juices. And then after that, we'll literally just let it simmer and do the next thing. Cool. Relatively simple dish. It's mostly just like, I don't know, chop up a bunch of shit, throw it all into a pot together and just kind of let it do its thing. We're not going for a complicated dish today, I'm not gonna lie. We'll have some more complicated dishes later this year, but for now, we're keeping things simple. You hate the word yummy? Are you one of those people who are like, ew, don't say moist, I hate that word. Like, oh, grow up, you'll be fine. All right, anyways, wash your sister sauce, oh my. Is this heated up enough now? I don't call it close enough. All right, fuck it, let's do it. Now, it hasn't burned this whole time since we turned the heat down, but got all that delicious beef on there at the bottom of the pot that's just ready to do the thing. Yes, yes. Up you go, chat. All right. Yes. In you go. Actually, I'm supposed to add like a tiny bit more oil. I've kind of YOLO'd this so far. We're just gonna kind of do... In you go. And while the recipe doesn't say to do this, I've watched enough binging with Babish to know that like whenever you're gonna like saute onions or really anything, and you add them to like a nice little oily pot, you gotta salt and pepper that shit, right? And we got the fancy kosher salt, all right? So get off my dick, chat. All right, all right. Yes, 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 yes. I think the audio went down, as in the music stops? Whoa, okay, hold on one sec. Moist is okay. Moist is okay, but yummy is not? What? What's wrong with yummy? Audio is fine. Okay, there you go. Sounds like a skill issue in that case. Oh man, like it's got some delicious brown bits at the bottom of this pot here from all that beef. Buddy. Good shit. Oh man, that smells fucking delicious, dude. think the pot maybe wasn't heated up quite enough yet, but oh well, it's okay. It'll do the thing. Man, I want to just eat. This beef is just tantalizing me. It's just sitting here, wanting to be eaten. Can I just find like a small chunk? Here we go. Little quality assurance process here. Yeah, it's beef. Yep. It is beef that's been seasoned in salt and pepper and cooked. Yeah. Pretty good. I mean, the cut is not exactly a high quality one, right? So it's a little tough, but not the worst. What's up, Twitching Grima coming out with the Prime Zone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Whew. Added a lot of pepper to that shit. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos one. Thanks for hanging out. Glad you're enjoying this insane cooking content. Favorite animal to eat? Besides your mom, obviously. If I went strictly from taste, it's probably a cow. I don't know. Beef is just so versatile, man. I will say that chicken tends to be more macro friendly, so like when it comes to like making those sick fucking gains, chicken is probably more useful. But man, like burgers, steaks, like ground beef related stuff, like fancier shit occasionally, like filet mignon, making your beef Wellington over a campfire. I don't know, cows are hard to beat, I'm not gonna lie. Cows are pretty fucking delicious. Shoutouts to fish, by the way, as well. Specific types of fish. Good fish and chips. Whew. Whew. Good stuff, good stuff. Honestly, of all like the kind of like, I guess you could call them the standard animals that we eat, I don't think there's one that I don't like. That I can think of, at least. I don't know. Like, yes, there's some weird ones out there. Like, if you say, like, oh, streamer, do you enjoy eating porcupine? Like, hey, I don't fucking know. I've never tried porcupine before, but... when it comes to, like, the standard ones you'd find at a grocery store, I don't think there's one that I don't like eating. They're all tasty, man. Venison is best. I've only had venison a few times in my life, but each time that I've had it, it's like, yeah, it's tasty. It's just like, I don't know, it's mostly just tastes like beef, to be honest. Crocodile? I had, was it crocodile that I last year's Cajun stream, the Cajun, or maybe that was 2 years ago, the Cajun cooking stream that we did, I think it was gator bites. It wasn't crocodile, but I had gator. It was good. I don't know, it tasted like chicken, to be honest. It was just slightly more gamey chicken. It's fine. Yeah, gator was good. What's up, Reich? You said, just tuned in, what have you missed? Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty good summation that Muskan just gave you there. We're not talking about WoW today, correct. Kosher salt is bullshit, correct. Favorite animal to eat is your mum or a cow, you know? All of which, very accurate statements. Yeah. Oh, that onion color, beautiful, man, absolutely beautiful. It's gotten combined with all like the beef stuff in there. Bodie. What if your mom is a cow? And she's got some pretty fucking fat milkers, I assume. Not that there's anything wrong with that. What are we cooking? Exclamation point recipes in the chat. What are we drinking? I mean, bro, it's St. Patrick's Day. What the fuck do you think I'm drinking? Hello, hello. Any calendar lookers in the chat? Utters from the gods. Oh my. Look, if your mom's rocking a fat, swingy, pendulous pair of milkers, yeah, I'll enjoy her cow meat, absolutely. I'm a little tipsy at this point, I'm not gonna lie. Cheers. Alright, so I guess once these onions are kind of getting there, we need to add the garlic, right? Onions are supposed to go for 5 minutes. I assume we're probably, I don't know, approaching that. Mom swap? No comments. I'm good with my Asian mom, thanks. She's cool. I'm gonna keep her as is. SalvDali looking swole, oh my. I feel like, if anything, cooking streams always give me somewhat of like a flattering angle. I don't know. I mean, shit, I'll take it, I appreciate it, but... I feel like the lighting is doing me some favors right now. Oh, so fucking good. Okay. Let's crush our balls and the garlic into this as well. Where's Leto's ball crusher? It's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. All right. All right, man. Boys in chat, look away right now, okay? Oh, God. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh. Little testicular trauma right here. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, please don't. No, no, no. Oh. By the way, I'm just crushing garlic. I don't know what the fuck you think I'm doing, but just trying to make sure I don't make a mess, you know? A little paranoid about having to clean my kitchen too much later tonight. Hooey. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One thing I don't like about this garlic crusher is the fact that, like, it feels like you always have, like, this garlic pre-cum that's still just kind of attached to the end of this thing. You kind of... This garlic slime that's kind of hard to get off. Nobody likes garlic pre-cum. It's very unpleasant. Eh, close enough. Okay. Gum. Power. My people are addicted to it. Is this how flasks are made in BWL? Indeed, I'm actually making my Titans right now for BWO release. Oh my. Oh, it smells so fucking good, dude. It's just onions and garlic, but that's already such a goated combo, dude. Actually insane that, like, something this simple I could just straight up just eat for dinner tonight. I could just spoon this into my mouth right now and that'd be good enough. Birdie. What's up, Wendy? I saw you there in the Eternal chat last night. Number one, how dare you? And number two, I'm glad you're at least a cooking stream enjoyer. How topical. Anyways, we're making some St. Patrick's Day feasts. Making some Guinness stew and some Colcannon a little bit later. And I'm obviously drinking some Irish-related adult beverages. Cheers. All right. I'd say we can move on to whatever the next step is. Let me see here. Next step. Okay, we're gonna stir the flour for a minute. Okay, because we're kind of making something that I assume resembles like a roux or something. What's the Irish whiskey of choice tonight? Bro, spoiler, shut the fuck up. We're not drinking any whiskey up to this point, so clearly the answer right now is none. Okay, so 4th cup of flour. Great value, obviously. Oh. Where's my 4th cup measure? It's in here somewhere. 3rd cup, 1/2 cup. Where the fuck is my 4th cup? Hello? Seriously, I have no idea where my 4th cup measure is. I mean, I could use my 3rd cup and just kind of eyeball it, I guess. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it is. Whee. Nope, never mind. What the fuck is it? I mean, I guess I could just use my 3rd cup and just use a little less, but... I'm struggling, chat. What the fuck? Where did it go? I know you can't see me searching right now. I'm just desperately searching through my As someone said earlier, my half-filled sink that usually just contains one of those things. Okay, we're gonna use a 3rd cup measure, I guess, and just search for the 4th cup later. Whatever. It's not like rocket science. Doesn't have to be an exact thing here, anyways, right? Is this a 4th of a cup? Probably. Red breast is amazing, but are they pendulous? Do they have any swang to them is the question. Oh my. No, I would say stay tuned, chat. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Spoiling the shit out of my cooking stream right now. Oh, I found the 4th cup measure. That's exciting. A little late now, but good to know for some other time. All right, anyways, whee. Lock the fuck in right now, yeah, dude. I mean, this is kind of like the crucial part, right? Don't want your shit to burn. Especially like once you add the flour, you definitely don't want the shit to burn. Once, like, if flour burns, like your dish is just ruined. It's like GG, congratulations, you have to start over from scratch. Let's not do that. What's the meat on the right? That is some chuck roast that we already cooked up a little bit earlier. We're gonna add that to the stew a little bit later, but we browned the beef earlier so that way we could get a nice little crust on that shit, and also so that way we could get all the juices out so we could add that shit in later for an extra hearty stew, if you will. Buddy. Okay. I think the flour's in there nice and good. Cool. All right, let's not burn it, because that's always a fucking disaster. Next up, ooh, shit. Okay, hey, it's time for the good part, boys. Let's do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. So, how much Guinness are we adding to this Guinness stew, you might ask? It wouldn't be a Guinness stew if the answer was like a tiny little pathetic amounts, right? Now we're cooking, baby. Now we're cooking. All right, all right. Yes, sir. Now we gotta deglaze this shit, right? Scrape up all the goodness on the bottom. It's an Irish car bomb this time, or around that time. Maybe that's next year's St. Paddy's Day stream. It was oddly sexual. Oh my. Flour stuck to the side of my spoon here. Come on. Yeah. Get off there, what are you doing? Guinness sludge, that's very appealing looking. Mmm. Hungry, chat? All right, I think once we add all the shit in, let's turn the heat back up a little bit, because that is like completely stopped simmering, which is to be expected, because that Guinness was cold and in the fridge. All right, next up, so once this starts simmering again, we're gonna stir in, okay, so we're gonna get beef stock, which I have sitting somewhere that I bought earlier. Where the fuck did I put that? I know I bought it, hold on. Oh, here it is, found it, okay. In the pantry, where you would expect it to be. Funny thing is, I've got a pantry, and yet 99% of the time, I don't even put shit in there because it's like, well, why would I put it in the pantry? I'm just gonna use it soon anyways. Ah. All right. Also, okay, so this was something I was looking at earlier. Maybe like the fancy chefs in chat can answer this question for me. What is the difference between beef broth and beef stock? Like, going there grocery shopping, I'm sitting there like, okay, I see, the recipe calls for stock, right? And so I'm like, okay, I see broth, and that's cheaper, I'm just saying. And then like there's this one box like, stock and not broth. Is there a difference, or am I just getting scammed? Could I just have bought beef broth and that's like the same thing? Surely some fancy cooks in chat know the answer to this question. One involves bones? I'll bone the fuck out of you if you want, but is that necessary? Is that a thing? I had 5 of 6 beers used already. We used 1 for the pot, right? So like, no, this is actually only beer number 3. I haven't really eaten much before the stream started today, so it would kind of explain the tipsiness already. Because Guinness is not particularly strong, right? It's only like 4, yeah, it's 4.2. It's almost nothing, actually, but in classic streamer fashion, he kind of forgot to eat food before his cooking stream started, so now he's like already feeling the effects of 2.5 bottles of Guinness. That's all right. All right, oh man, that's already thickening it up too. Oh, yes. All right, let's add the shit then. I think it's time. Stock is made using bones, broth is using veggies. Gotcha. Okay, well, I used stock instead of bones, so you're welcome, chat. Or wait, stock instead of broth. There you go. Stew looking perfect right now. Yeah, it's getting nice and thick already, which is nice because we haven't really even added like many thickening agents outside of just the flour, I guess. All right, so we're supposed to add literally this entire thing of beef stock, not broth, stock. What is the difference? I don't know, something to do with bones, I guess. Sure. Thick. Yes, sir. I mean, ideally this stew will ultimately end up like being extra fucking thick. That's, that would be the end goal by the time it's time to eat later today. All right. Successfully pissed in our bowl. Cool. And then what else are we adding here? We are adding carrots, potatoes, tomato paste, and bay leaf. Okay. So carrots. There you go. The potatoes. There you go. Whoa, careful, bud. This pot's gonna be big enough, right? Oh, I still gotta add the beef too. Oh, that's gonna be fine. Spoiler alert, I don't have a bigger pot than this, so it'll be fine. God, what just a great combination of ingredients, man. You really can't go wrong with what we're cooking here. Okay. So potatoes done, tomato paste. So last time I was doing a cooking stream when we did the shepherd's pie chili, I talked about how like it's always annoying to me when I buy tomato paste and I just use like a tiny, tiny bit of the can, and I never end up using the rest, and it just all goes to waste. A rare chance for me to actually use leftover tomato paste when it's not gone bad yet, or at least I smelled it last Friday and it still had not gone bad. Hopefully by now it's still decent. Still smells fine. Okay, cool. Great value, obviously. Can never go wrong with what I put in the stew. Yeah, I feel like for the most part, as long as you start with like a base of literally like garlic, onions, salt, pepper, and some sort of meat, it's kind of hard to fuck up, right? Unless you like really use some weird shit. Anyways, we're using 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Okay. Just gonna kind of YOLO that. A 1, a 2, a 3. Ooh, come on. There we go. All right, and then what else here? A bay leaf. I got that in here somewhere. Fuck with my bay leaves. We've had this discussion before on stream at some point, right? Like, do bay leaves actually do anything? I'm still convinced bay leaves are just a fucking conspiracy to make you buy just a bunch of leaves that fell off a plant and they're like, well, shit, we can't let these go to waste. Yeah, sure, bud. Whatever, if you say so. Fucking bay leaves. What a scam, dude. I'm just getting scammed by big leaves. Let me get like a whole one here. Alright, sure. Here's your fucking bay leaf, right? Oh, wow. Look, it's gonna make such a difference, I'm sure. I doubt. Alright, and then... sauce we're gonna add. This one's gonna be not much, I don't think. 2 teaspoons, that's like barely anything. Now, for those that didn't watch the shepherd's pie chili cooking stream, I told you about how like this sauce, I've had for a very long time at this point, and it never really occurred to me that it could expire because it's very acidic, right? So, you know, I may have had this a little longer than I previously assumed. But for what it's worth, we used it for the shepherd's pie chili and it was completely fine, so... I'm just gonna go with it. 2019 wasn't that long ago, right? Come on, that's only like a year or two ago. Yeah, it's fine, dude. It's just fermented, yeah, exactly. This bottle of Worcestershire sauce is just extra seasoned now, exactly. It's just 2 teaspoons, that's nothing, dude. Nah, it's fine. Nah. Seriously though, I'm pretty sure this shit doesn't actually go bad. There's so much salt in here and so much vinegar that like, nothing can grow in here, right? Like legitimately, like sarcasm aside, it still tastes completely fine, so. Whatever, dude. Imagine having to buy a new bottle of that for like $3. Ain't no way I'm getting scammed. No, thank you. Bought it before Classic launched. I mean, you're not wrong. I think I bought this back in California, I think, when I lived there. Yeah. All right, dried thyme. Oh yeah, I got thyme. I don't know how much we're supposed to add to this, but I'm just gonna kind of YOLO this. Great value, obviously. Sure. I assume it's probably like a teaspoon, and that's looks like a teaspoon, so sure. And then last but not least, we'll just add literally the beef. Okay. And then literally we just let this like simmer and it's good to go. Let's start on our next project. Neat. This is not simmering at all though. I'm gonna turn the heat up until I see a simmer, and then once it does start simmering, then I'll turn the heat down a little bit more. You love time? Oh yeah, I got time. I bothered to bring it from California to Indiana. Don't question my stinginess. I mean, shit, dude, I don't know. Like, I think I remember when I packed up my apartment in California and brought it to Indiana, I just kind of like, one of the boxes was just filled with like, what shit is non-perishable I could just stuff into this box and take with me? And so, yeah, I took it with me. I don't know. If it's good, if it's still good, it's still good, right? Okay, let's add the beef now. So the recipe says not only do you want to add the beef, but you want to make sure you get all the juices in there as well. So we want to make sure you get all that good beef, I don't know what you want to call it. I mean, essentially beef, like liquid, sure. Okay, let's not overflow the pot though, ideally. Oy, 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 oy. I think we'll be okay, but we'll have to definitely have it be on like a gentle simmer so it doesn't just like splatter all over the place. Oh god, this already smells so good, man. Oh, I'm so fucking down to destroy this in about 2 hours. All right, there we go. Yes, dude, yes. The au jus. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Oh, baby, that's gonna be hearty as fuck, dude. I'm so fucking horny right now. I'm stroking my shit. Oh. Okay, so get the heat like up to the point where we want this shit to like start simmering, and then we'll turn the heat down, but cool. Good news is about this recipe is now it's just literally just, I don't know, let it sit here for like an hour and a half and let it do its thing. Cool. Cheers. That with a piece of baguette. What we're gonna try to do, I'm kind of hoping this ultimately becomes thick enough to the point where we can kind of serve it over the Colcannon that we're gonna make. Like we can serve it on top essentially. We'll see though. I don't know like what sort of consistency we'll have after it simmers for a long ass time, but that, the simmering portion is next on the docket, so I guess we'll see. But I'm kind of like, right now it's not doing jack shit, so I kind of wanted to do the thing first. Like, I understand, like, I've turned the stove up, so, like, it's gonna do the thing eventually, but I'm kind of like, where's my bubbles, man? I wanna make sure things are happening. What my excuse be to tomorrow to justify, to justify day drinking habit? It's St. Patrick's Day, isn't that enough of an excuse for the entirety of the United States of America? Oh, yeah, it's that day where Irish people get drunk. I guess we get to get drunk too, hooray! Although I've heard that apparently in Ireland, like St. Patrick's Day is not really even a drinking holiday. It's more just like everyone goes to church and then that's it holiday. I feel like in the US, we just quite literally just use it as an excuse like, St. Patrick's Day, hey, day drinking, let's get fucking hammered, boys, on a Monday. Which, by the way, nothing wrong with that. No complaints here. There's a lot of liquid. It's gonna probably take a while to start simmering, I guess, but am I supposed to cover this? Hold on, let me check. I want to say the answer might be yes, actually. I am supposed to cover this, okay. I want to see it start doing the thing though first. I'm gonna just like, crank this up. I know I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I want to crank this up. I want to see some action first before I pop the lid on that bad boy. And yes, I know the lid, nasty as fuck. Yeah, judge me if you want, whatever, dude. It's well seasoned, as we know. A little cornstarch and water will get it thicker if I need. We'll see what it looks like after like an hour and a half. Like literally, you're supposed to simmer this for an hour and a half, which we're gonna make something else now, so we got time. But I mean, we'll see. Right? Like if we feel compelled to thicken it up by the end here, like I could, but otherwise, I'm gonna hashtag trust the process for now and assume this will just thicken on its own. Like it's got some flour in there, right? So you would assume the flour is gonna help it thicken over time. I'm not super worried about it, TBH. The lid will make it simmer faster. I'm aware of that, but I want to see. I want some sort of visual confirmation first, right? Slow cook? Well, yeah. Look, in a perfect world, I think a stew should be simmering for like multiple hours. I think most stews would call for like at least like 3 to 4 hours of simmering, if not like literally all day. This recipe doesn't call for that, in fairness, but I'm sure it'd probably benefit from doing that. But the problem is that in reality, I can't do a stream where I'm simmering something for 8 hours, right? So like, we're just gonna have to make do with the hour and a half of simmering, assuming that'll thicken it up enough. I'm sure it'll taste fine, just like as is. Is that an iPhone 4? This is a iPhone SE, I think. And this is not my phone, or at least it's not the phone that like is my main phone. My main phone is being used to film you right now. Hello. Yes, so I don't have access to my main phone right now because it's literally being my camera. So because of that, I just use, like this is my old phone that I had like way back before I got my current phone, so I'm just using this as my chat reading phone. Yes, I can hold this over the pot and not feel bad. Oh no, if I drop into the pot, then oh no, I lost like a... I doubt you could even sell this nowadays. Like it literally can't even like upgrade to the latest iOS. So yes, chat. Here you are on your exclusive chat, iPhone SE. Captain Boot's been caught. 8 hours of MC pre-clear? Let's not do that. I'm glad I never have to fucking pre-clear ever again in my life. Holy shit. All right, there we go. Now I'm seeing some action in here. Okay. It's looking better. Seeing some steam off that bad boy. Yeah, here you go. Hello, chat. That's you. Say hi. 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 Did I comment on the FSP drama? I mean, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, like as it happened in real time. As far as the further comments after, I guess, a day or two, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm not gonna do it today on cooking stream. All right, let's turn that shit down now. Now it's gonna just go down to a nice little rolling simmer here. Cool. What are we looking at here? We are looking at some fucking delicious Guinness stew in the making. Oh man, that smells so good already, man. Like honestly, even if you just ate it now, I'm sure it'd be delicious, but obviously we're gonna be patient on that front, obviously. Arrow back on the menu? Yeah, a little potential news about potential Arrow stuff, for sure. Not in a bad way. I think honestly this entire thing is gonna work out, maybe, hopefully, in a net positive fashion. This is a eat half the pod into a 2-hour nap angle. Yeah. I mean, shit, I've got nothing to do for the rest of the day, so I'm down. Sounds good to me. All right. Actually, never started simmering, did it? What the fuck, man? I just want to see some bubbles, and then I'm gonna... sort of thing. Come on. Also, one thing that, like... So if you cover the pot, I understand that like it's gonna retain the heat better, but the only hesitation I have about that is, wouldn't it make it tougher for the liquid to boil off to make, like you want it to thicken up, right? Like you ideally want to boil off a lot of the liquid so that way it just boils down into something like nice and rich and thick and hearty, right? So like, I'm gonna trust the process for now as far as the recipe says, but later in the recipe, I wonder if like you could justify just taking off the lid and just letting it like cover but leave a crack. Okay, yeah, maybe that's the plan. I see bubbles, man. Smells good. Can you crank it up again? A little bit. Set a timer for 14:45 and let it simmer. A random arbitrary timer. Honestly, kind of an illegal sounding time, really. It's something we should probably not let remain valid. I think I had to splice together a whole bunch of different ingredients for this recipe just to make it. So if you put it on a timer of 14:45, I don't think that would be a very legal combination. Talking about cooking stuff, by the way, obviously. Okay, there we go. Now we're seeing some bubbles. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting way too OCD about this. I know that it's gonna do the thing. I know that I should really just cover this now and let it cook. Literally let it cook. Okay, so probably just put it on like that, I guess, and then crank her down to like that for now. I'm gonna keep an eye on this to make sure it's like simmering properly because I don't want it to be like too hot and too cold. So we'll find out as is. Okay. Can I take a spoon and taste a little? I mean, sure. Well, now I don't want to fuck up the simmer, but okay, it was already starting to simmer right there. Fine. Let me taste it real quick. You're right. I should taste it and just make sure like need to like add salt. I'll be honest. I didn't really add any salt to this, did I? I only kind of added the salt when I was doing the onions, but I guess the beef stock will probably have some salt. Let's just say. No, I think it's good as is. We're chilling. We're chilling. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, let's take you back, chat, back to the wide view of the counter now. We do have to start on the next part of our dish. Oh shit, I should start a timer too. We're supposed to let this simmer for 90 minutes. Let me do that. Okay, cool. So, we gotta start working on the Colcannon. Hell yeah, brother. But before we do that, since we have some time to kill anyways when it comes to that, just simmering for a good hour and a half minimum. This has already kind of been spoiled by some eager Andes in chat, but I kind of figured, well, it is St. Patrick's Day, right? And I feel like sort of fuck up by doing a previous cooking stream, like literally the one that I did before this one. I kind of fucked up in making that stream very similar to this one, and as far as how I'm formatting it, but whatever, who cares? Hopefully chat won't complain. Number one, before I do anything else, we are finishing this Guinness. Cheers, chat. Nice. Okay, number two, I'm gonna take a piss actually. I feel like that's probably necessary so that way I cannot just sit here with my bladder about to explode, and then we'll do the thing. In the meantime, yes, chat, make sure you debate about kosher salt versus table salt, please. I'm gonna leave you here. I'm not gonna give you the ASMR experience, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I think what we're actually gonna do here, maybe gonna take a trip over to the table here and can enjoy our little, I guess, distraction detour right over there instead. Oh, hello. All right, fuck it, let's do that. So, someone was asking for a house tour, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Like, oh, can we see the rest of your house? Yeah, here it is. Wow, look at that. Yeah, oh, your TV's so small. Okay, yeah, you get all the comments out of the way. There you go, cool. So, we have a bit of a taste test to do. Oh, shit. If you thought we were just gonna sit here and drink nothing but Guinness the entire stream, I mean, number one, there would be nothing wrong with that, in fairness, but we got something else to sip on. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. So, let's go grab that, shall we? Oh, shit. Hoi. All right. Hi, chat. Hello. Oi, 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 oi. Little mid cooking stream intermission, if you will. So, we found the serial killer? What? Why am I a serial killer? What did I do? I need to clean. Shut up. It's fine. Can we get a room tour? You literally just got it, dude. Ultimate bachelor living room setup? Hell yeah, dude. No shame. I'll admit that, 100%. 2 chairs? What the fuck do I need? I mean, shit, honestly, that's probably one too many. What do I need? What do I even need the second chair for? Never use it. Okay, so. We've been drinking Guinness. Perfectly tasty, but I figured for St. Patrick's Day, we should maybe expand our horizons a bit. As you guys might know, I'm very into scotch. I'm very into drinking scotch. It's kind of something one of those things I choose to get a little snobby over, right? It's kind of like, I guess I'd call a hobby of mine. And I've told you guys before about how I've never really gotten super into, I should probably drink some water while I do this. I've never really gotten super into drinking other types of whiskey, at least getting like snobby about it. Like I drink bourbon, like sometimes just like more casually. And I've had Irish whiskey before, but like when I say I've had Irish whiskey, like, okay, I've had Jameson. I've had, I don't know, probably a couple of other random ass Irish whiskeys that I don't remember the name of, and they're always like fine. They're like, yeah, it tastes like whiskey, it's fine. Like whenever I think of Irish whiskey, I think of Jameson, which, hey, nothing wrong with that, right? But what I've always heard about that I've never gotten to try before was a type of Irish whiskey that is peated. Now, for those that don't know what that is, a lot of scotches that exist are called, or they're peated scotches, which means that they're basically really smoky, got that like kind of like tire fire smell and taste, and it's got like a really intense flavor that is extremely unique, normally just to really only scotches. However, I've heard that there are Irish peated whiskeys in existence as well, but I've never seen them before. And I told you the story about how like this new liquor store that opened up nearby me, like that I had no expectations for, had this like ridiculously nice selection of scotch that I never would have guessed would have been a thing. And that's where I got the fancy scotch that we drank last cooking stream that we tried, the Lagavulin 12, which I still have plenty of sitting over there, and I don't really know what to do with it because like it's too nice to just casually drink. So when I went to that liquor store to get the Lagavulin 12, another thing that I saw, I was like, cool to know that they have that, was the brand of Irish whiskey that I had heard is like one of the very few Irish whiskeys that is peated. So what we got ourselves today is Connemara, a peated single malt Irish whiskey, which to be completely honest, I've heard mixed things about. I'm gonna be very transparent here. I'm not gonna try to say like, oh yeah, this one's guaranteed to be good. I've heard very mixed things about Irish peated whiskey, and specifically about this one, which I believe is probably the most common Irish peated whiskey out there. I've heard some people say like, oh yeah, it's really good. It's just as good as like scotches. It's a great bang for your buck. And I've heard other people say like, it's like fine, but like, I should probably just stick to scotch. So I'll give you a little close up here of like what it looks like, but the Connemara peated single malt Irish whiskey, a product of Ireland. Distinctively Irish, peated single malt, the original. Now, one thing I'll tell you off the bat that underwhelms me for sure, especially compared to like the nice scotches I usually drink. It's only 40% ABV, which is like the absolute bare, like it's quite literally the legal minimum for how strong liquor needs to be in the United States. So that's already kind of like okay, 40%. Not off to a good start, but at the end of the day, as long as it tastes good, that's what's gonna really count, right? So let me give you a little summary of what the back says, a little ASMR experience. Unique among Irish whiskies, Connemara is the only Irish peated single malt whiskey in existence today. That's not true. I've definitely had an Irish peated whiskey before that wasn't this one, but whatever. Inspired by the 18th century art of drying malting barley over peat fires, Connemara possesses a distinct peaty flavor and aroma, instilling a delicate smokiness and smooth, sweet taste. A tribute to Ireland's ancient distilling traditions, Connemara is double distilled in 2 small pot stills, a combination of young and old whiskey.
What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
Allows you to experience rich malt and fruit flavors, underline vanilla tones, and deep, full-bodied peat. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a hundo.
What a fucking
I am, of
liar,
course, going to be
dude.
judging this in comparison to Scotch, because
Weasley
Scotch
little
traditionally is the
liar, dude.
kind of the gold standard of peated whiskeys, and if Irish peated whiskey is to stand any chance of getting the Dali stamp of approval, it's gonna have to match up at least to like the very standard basic bitch like peated scotches.
What a fucking liar,
Because like I bought this
dude.
for like $60,
What a
which
fucking
like is not a
Weasley
bad
little
price. It's fine.
Liar,
but
dude.
I could buy like a very tasty like solid scotch that I know is really good for like $70, for like $10 more. So the question is, if you save $10 on this one, is this worth it if you're looking for like a peated whiskey experience that is, I guess, tiny bit cheaper than scotch?
Paulette.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. Is this a full like regular? It's 750 ml. It's kind of a weird shaped bottle, but I guess it's still a standard amount of whiskey that'd be in a bottle. So okay. Well, there it is. I don't know. This is a bottle of whiskey. No need to show this off too much, but all right, sure. Adorable. Blah blah blah. Imported by the Kilbeggan Distilling Import Company, Chicago, Illinois. There you go. Oy. You want peat's full, deep body on you. Oh my. Peat spelled as in like P-E-A-T, not Pete as in like some really burly dad bod dude who beats his wife or something like that. Okay, anyways, let's open her up. Take it FSP is dead? No. More to come tomorrow on that topic. Okay. So is this a cork or what is a cork? Okay. Give you the ASMR experience. The best part of opening any bottle of whiskey. Oh, that was actually really fucking underwhelming. That's a really tiny cork. Kind of a chode cork right there, TBH. Now that I have the knowledge of how large that cork is, let me give you a better ASMR experience, okay? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm not going to say the size of the cork is the only thing that matters, but admittedly, it's definitely, you have more flexibility when it comes to larger corks compared to smaller ones. More options. Little cope? Like I said, just wait till tomorrow, man. Wait till tomorrow. You'll hear the deal. It's not, you'll see. Okay. Anyways. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it smells definitely like that kind of traditional peat smoke smell that you would get from a peated scotch. If you told me this was scotch, at least from the smell, I'd probably believe you. It's not an ultra powerful smell, and that's probably just due to the fact that it's just like a 40% ABV whiskey. Because yeah, I'm really having to get my nose like way the fuck in there, just like kind of experience the full scent, right? I gotta like really dig my nostril, like sort of thing. But that being said, it smells fine. Okay, so let's pour that in. Nice color, I'll say that. Definitely no artificial coloring in that one right there. That's a nice, delicious, golden looking color right there. Nice and piss colored, which is, I know that I'm not even being sarcastic when I'm saying like, if you're looking for like piss color in your whiskey, that's the color you want it to be. All right. Nice deep amber, with nice little oaky afterbirth, indeed. All right, so, okay. Okay, so now that's in the glass, I can definitely smell a little bit of a difference between this and a Scotch. This one, how do I describe the difference between the two for like mere like whiskey normies? This one has less of a, This almost has a sweeter smell to it. Less of a savory smell and more of a sweeter smell, if that makes any sense. So like, okay, to put that into like better context. Imagine the difference between putting your nose into a giant pot of like smoked meat, okay? That would be Scotch. If you put your nose into this one, this is more like the smell of sticking your nose into like, almost like candied apples, like maybe like caramel apples, if you will. So it doesn't really have that savory note, right? It doesn't have that meaty, smoky note. It's more like a caramel apple, kind of like caramelized sugar sort of note to it, which is like not bad. Unsweetened breakfast cereal, yeah. There's a little bit of that in there. Maybe some wet, shit, what did that one post say? Some wet driftwood. Okay, let's give it a shot. I'll stop teasing you guys. One more sip. I'm gonna keep it a hundo with you, chat. You know, I just like to keep it totally brutally honest with you guys. Maybe it's partially because I'm just used to drinking like decent quality scotches. That is underwhelming as fuck. I'm sorry, but the intensity of flavor is way lower than a typical peated scotch. The 40% ABV is doing it no favors. It's much more like watery, I guess, or like it's just like the flavor is just more diluted compared to like a stronger scotch or really any stronger whiskey. And the flavor profile is like basic as fuck. It's fine, it doesn't taste bad. Like I'll drink it for sure. I don't drink this and be like, ew, but it's just more just like, it's underwhelming. It doesn't really give you doesn't blast you in the face with like flavor. It's just like, I could drink this shit like juice at this point, which probably doesn't reflect well on me, like in my consumption of alcohol, but like, it needs to be like at least 6% higher ABV. If it was like 46%, that would help. And then the smokiness is very underwhelming. It's there, the flavor note is there, like the distinct flavor note of peat. It's there, but it's so muted. It's, man, I hate to say it, but the first thought that comes to mind when I drink this is just like watery. That's not what you want if you're drinking whiskey straight, right? It's just like, once again, it's not bad. I'll drink this, it's tasty enough, but is this worth 60 bucks when I could buy like a really decent quality scotch for like 10 bucks more? Nah, not at all. Would I prefer this or bourbon? If you factor in price, bourbon, 100%. I can get a very tasty, solid bottle, the quality bottle of bourbon for like 35 bucks, maybe 40. This cost me 60. For 60 bucks, would I rather drink this over just like a solid quality bourbon? Nah. If I want to drink like something like peated and like smoky and super punch you in the face with like flavor, I'm just gonna pay 10 bucks more and buy like Port Charlotte 10 or Ardbeg 10 or Lafroig 10 or something like that. This one, yeah, I'll be honest. Like I've seen reviews before talking about how this is basically just like underwhelming scotch. Basically, it's just like scotch, but just straight up just not as intense. And unfortunately, I think that is correct. It's not bad. That's fine. I'll go through the whole bottle. I'll drink it for sure, but I don't feel a need to buy this again. It's there. I can't think of a single reason why I'd ever buy this over just Scotch. But oh well. I'm glad I tried it at least. Now I just know. Right? Now I know, and if anything, I suppose it's at least like appropriate for the occasion, right? Shout outs to Ireland and all of the drunk people on that island, of which I'm pretty sure there are many. More drinkable for lesser occasions. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll give you that. Maybe for someone who's maybe just getting into like whiskey and especially like peated whiskey, maybe this would be an okay place to start because like this wouldn't overwhelm your taste buds as much as something like the more intense scotches would. You could say that. I still feel like you could, yeah, there's just a better place to start than this. If you started with like Talisker 10, if you started with maybe like, hell, Johnny Walker Black Label even, it might give you a better flavor profile. Like not only is it like the flavor is just kind of like, feels diluted and just like weak, the flavor profile is also just very basic. There's just not much going on in here. I know I'm a little snobby sounding when I say that, but it's just like, the notes are kind of like apple, a tiny bit of peat smoke, and that's kind of it. Just like green apple and peat. That's kind of it. It's fine. It tastes fine, but yeah, I don't know. That's all right. Every Scotch or every whiskey tasting can't be a banger, right? It's kind of hilarious actually compared to that last Lagavulin 12 that I tried, which was so fucking mind-blowingly good. This, I guess, is proof of, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. If I do whiskey tasting, it's just like, eh. This would be the one where it's just like, eh. All right, whatever. Let's get started on the Colcannon, shall we? Might as well get started on our next tasty dish, because whiskey tasting, I had mixed expectations for this. I wasn't expecting to be blown away, to be honest. I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping for maybe a little bit more than this, but oh well, it's okay, it's okay. Still tasty whiskey. It'll still get me drunk, so at the end of the day, I suppose that's what kind of matters on St. Patrick's Day, right? It'll get the basic function of what it's supposed to do accomplished still. All right. There you go, chat. So let's put you right here. Actually, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, status update. How are we looking at like on the simmering of the Guinness stew here? Oh shit, no, it's doing the thing, all right, okay. We'll let it cook, quite literally. All right. In the meantime, let's start working on our Colcannon. Once again, I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but our Colcannon? The Colcannon, hell yeah, brother. Which, for those that don't know, is basically like a somewhat fancier version of mashed potatoes, I guess? I don't know what the best way to describe it is. I don't actually know what the oranges of this dish are, but basically mashed potatoes with other shit inside. Which, like, I love mashed potatoes, so how bad could it be, right? So, exclamation point recipes in the chat if you want to see exactly what we're gonna be making. But, let me move on over to there. I have to start this from scratch. I haven't pre-done anything for this, so, all right. We are gonna have to get out some russet potatoes, peeled and cut into 1/2-inch chunks, and take out a pound of red potatoes, cut into 1/2-inch chunks as well. Let's start with doing that then, shall we? All right. Looks yum. Yeah, I've never tried this before. I've seen it before, but I've never actually tried this, so kind of looking forward to it, just because, something different, something new. I mean, I've had, obviously, mashed potatoes before, so I mean, I gotta imagine it's not gonna be too much different than just that, but mashed potatoes with a whole bunch of goodness stirred into it. How bad could it be, right? All right, so we're gonna have to peel this shit. Gonna have to get the garfer out for that one, which I just have right there. Nice. Shouldn't use plastic. What the fuck? You get into food. Always use the wood. Streamer, don't use plastic. The microplastics are gonna make your dick fall off. Streamer, you need to be fast, fancy, and sophisticated. Oh my god. My dick's doing fine, all right? Thanks for asking. All right, cool. Let me get a bag so I can shave all the... Actually, no, I'll just shave the... Just use the bag that I already used for the beef fat. That'll work. All right. By the way, I was giga autistic about like getting these potatoes. Like, even if you don't have to, the recipe calls for 1 pound of russet potatoes and 1 pound of red potatoes. I will have you guys know that I got, literally according to the scale at the grocery store, exactly 1 pound of russet potatoes to that fucking decimal point, and exactly 1 pound of red potatoes to the fucking decimal point. I literally spent 5 minutes like going back and forth, like testing each potato to see like, oh shit, I need a little more. Oh shit, that's a little too heavy. So yeah, be proud of me, Chad. I'm following this recipe to the fucking T, okay? No 1.01 pounds of potatoes, all right? No 0.98, no. We're going for absolute fucking perfection here, boys. Absolute perfection. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm something of a professional chef myself, you know, what can I say? Ain't no compromises here. That is autistic, I know. But like, I don't know, man. Like, if it says a pound, then I'm gonna get a pound. Sue me. All right. I'm yellow parsing in the produce section. I'm sure people were looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? He's been going back and forth, like testing, like weighing all these potatoes. Like, oh shit. But hey, you know what? If you're making a recipe for the first time, you want to give yourself the best possible chances of success, right? To be honest, this one kind of feels like it's kind of hard to fuck up just because it's mashed potatoes and you're just gonna mix a bunch of shit into it, but like, yeah, whatever. Also, I've never made mashed potatoes before using a combination of 2 different types of potatoes. I've always just used, I don't know, whenever I make mashed potatoes, just one type of potatoes, so. We are using a combination of russet and red potatoes for this mash. What that exactly does to the consistency of the mashed potatoes, I have no idea, but that's what the recipe says to do, so we're gonna do it. Okay. Am I peeling them for aesthetics and flavor? I'm quite literally peeling them because that's what the recipe says to do. I mean, I've had mashed potatoes with both the skin and without the skin. I don't honestly have a preference between the two. The skin is kind of like, it's there, it exists. If it's in the mashed potatoes, it doesn't add anything to it. It's just kind of like, okay. But, I don't know. The recipe says peel them, so I'm fucking peeling them. Whatever, dude. Can't tell the difference? Yeah, I mean, like, the only difference, at least to me, that it makes, like, I guess it maybe adds like a tiny bit of a texture difference, but like, not really to the point where, at least in my mind, it really makes any difference in the experience of eating mashed potatoes. So like, whatever, I don't really care. Nice taters? Hell yeah, dude, my spuds are doing just fine. Show me your taters. You're lazy and use Bob Evans. Oh my. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. When it comes to making mashed potatoes, it's about as simple as it gets, right? You boil water, you put the potatoes in for 15 minutes, they come out, you mash the fuck out of them. Congratulations, you've made mashed potatoes. You do you, of course. If you want to buy the Bob Evans mashed potatoes from the grocery store, hey, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm gonna keep it a hundo. Reheated mashed potatoes are very sad and very depressing. It's just not the same. Not, if I'm gonna have mashed potatoes, I'm just gonna make them. Fuck it, whatever. But hey, you do you. You do you. Shout outs to Bob Evans, by the way. An American institution. Not trying to shit talk my boy Bob Evans, obviously. Yeah, well, obviously you add some stuff to it, like milk or like heavy cream if you're going like ultra bougie, and then you can do some garlic and butter, of course. Like, yes, okay, I admit there's maybe a tiny bit more to it, but like, it's not much, right? Okay. Boil potatoes, add milk, add butter, add salt, maybe some garlic, and then boom. Mix, and then you're good. Even for someone as clueless as me, all right, I can do that. I can do that. Oh, it's fine. You didn't see anything. Okay. Yep, just casually peeling potatoes. No big deal. Nothing to see here, kids. Yeah. All right, in my defense, this shit's slippery as fuck. 5-second rule, indeed. All right, cool. It's all gonna get cooked anyways in boiling water. It's fine, it's fine. All right. Anyways. Cheers, chat. Cheers to a totally sober streamer. Okay. So we're supposed to cut these into 1/2-inch chunks. Okay. I'm gonna keep it hundo. I'm just gonna do my own normal technique for making mashed potatoes, which is kind of just cut the potatoes into what I would call maybe, I don't know, 1/4-inch slices. I don't need to be told how to make mashed potatoes, or at least how to cut the potatoes for mashed potatoes. I know how to fucking do that. I'm not quite that clueless anymore. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it'll work fine. But the rest of the shit, we're gonna have to be a little bit more clueless on still. I didn't really keep track of which was the red potato and which was the russet, but I don't think that matters, right? Okay, we're just gonna cook them all at once anyways. Cool. How many beers are left? I think I have 2 left, but I think at this point we're probably just enjoying the whiskey for now. I mean, I guess we can always switch back to the rest of the beer, but I'll say this. For casual drinking, we're just kind of like not looking to sit there and be all snobby about like, let me appreciate the complexity of the flavor. Like, I'll say this. This whiskey is fine. Like, I can't really say it, but this whiskey is fine for, I guess, like casual whiskey drinking when you're not concerned about actually appreciating like the flavor. So in that regard, it's, I guess, a nice for a cooking stream, so that way I can just kind of shoot the shit with Chad and just occasionally take a sip without having to sit there and try to be like, hold on, let me savor this real quick. Oh. Got that one a little thick. Oh yeah, a couple of Guinnesses left. Might use it. We'll see where the day takes us. It's not really night yet. I guess it is for Europe, but it's still very much sunny outside where I am, so. It was a really nice day outside. I'm actually a little bummed that I couldn't end up doing the stream outdoors, but oh well, this is what it is. Oh, stay. Stay. Okay. What's up, Pumi? You like to summer your cream and butter with garlic and herbs and then strain it out when you add to the potatoes. I'm assuming you meant simmer your cream. Bro, whatever you're doing with your cream, that's cool, man, but I don't really need to know about it. What you do with your own cream is your business. And maybe your wives, I don't know. Okay. Oh shit, you know what I should do while I'm cutting these? I really should have started boiling some water, huh? Actually no, this says place the russet and red potatoes in 1/2 teaspoon of salt in a medium pot and cover with cool water, and then you bring to a simmer over high heat. Oh, okay. Reduce the heat as needed to maintain a simmer, cook until potatoes are tender. Okay, never mind. All right, sure. I mean, honestly, normally what I would do is I would actually wait for the water to boil first and then put the potatoes in, but all right, fine. Hashtag trust the process, I guess. Sure, why not? Does that make a difference? I kind of doubt it, but who am I to question some random person who wrote a recipe on the internet, right? Sure. Wait, okay. There we go. Thankfully, I do own one and only one more similarly sized pot. There it is. Fill that bad boy up with, it says cold water. I'm gonna fill it up with like lukewarm water. All right, I'm gonna take some shortcuts, sue me. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. All right, I guess we're supposed to add the potatoes first, huh? Oh, actually, it says we're supposed to add some salt to this as well. It says add 1/2 teaspoon. I'm not gonna measure that shit. I'm just gonna add salt to it. Something something salty is the C, right? Yeah. Okay. What am I cooking? Exclamation point recipes in the chat. Making some Guinness beef stew, which is already in the stove and now just simmering. And now we're working on some Irish Colcannon. Colcannon, however the fuck you pronounce that. Okay. Am I using kosher salt or wrong salt for these potatoes? I definitely just use table salt. Get fucked, chat. Oh my god, streamer, the potatoes are ruined! It's gonna taste so much different now, no! Oh, Jesus. Had it right, Colcannon. Okay. Some of that Colcannon, brother, real life American guns. Hell yeah, brothers. That's what I'm talking about. I like guns in my food. True American dish. Wash my potatoes? No, I won't. All right, sue me. Oh my god, you're gonna have extra starch in there, and that means the potatoes are gonna taste extra potato-y. Oh god. Why does that matter? Ardbeg? Yes, sir. That's one of my goats right there. This one wasn't... I tasted this for the first time way back in the day on stream, but this is just one of my personal bottles I've just been enjoying lately. Little Oogdal, one of my all-time favorite scotches right there, in my top 3. Fucking delicious. Highly recommend. Okay, anyways, let me put this on the stove and we'll let that do its thing. In the meantime, we'll prepare the rest of the shit that we need. Which is, let's see here. That was a lot? What, of salt? No, it was fine, dude. It's gonna reduce inside of the pot anyways. Okay, so 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We'll worry about that later. I think we need to chop up a bunch of cabbage, okay? About 1 pound. I don't know what the fuck a pound of cabbage is. We'll just chop up some cabbage. 4 medium green onions. Yeah, I got that. And then that's kind of it. All right, sure. I can do that. What's the current lawsuit counts? Oh, sue. You heard sue me? I don't know, chat. If I've done very highly illegal things in World of Warcraft, then by this point, I feel like if anybody was actually interested in suing me, I would have been financially ruined at this point, so I'm thinking I'm probably safe. I'm trying to get like the extra leafy part of the cabbage off. I feel like I don't want to waste this. I feel like I literally want to boil this cabbage and just eat it, because like boiled salted cabbage, put some mustard over that shit, fucking delicious. But anyways, okay. It's been a long ass time since I cut up a head of cabbage. I've done it before on stream, but I've kind of forgot the correct way to do it, if I'm being completely honest here. Also, by the way, this recipe technically calls for Savoy cabbage. I didn't see any Savoy cabbage at Walmart, all right? I just bought regular cabbage. Sue me. If that's gonna make it like worse, then oh well, whatever. But like, I'm sure cabbage is kind of just cabbage, right? Like, whatever. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna stick with that. It's pretty much Savoy. Okay, sure, why not? Now, that being said, we're supposed to use, it says, the recipe officially says 1 small head of Savoy cabbage. Is this a small head of cabbage? I have no fucking idea. It says 1 pound. My food scale that I have its battery died, so I can't even weigh it, so. I'll be fine, do it. Okay. Cut it in half and then cut the root part off. Okay. That I can do. Half, you say? Okay. Oh, that's not easy to cut in half, is it? Trying to avoid slicing my fingers off, ideally. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, there we go. That seemed to work. And then, right, the root part. Okay, that one I guess is pretty easy. That one we kind of just cut this triangular shape out of there, right? So maybe something like... Please don't judge my knife skills. I know they're terrible, okay? Yet to lose a finger, okay? So, must be doing something right. Okay. And then just kind of stabby into here. Okay, the shit, that worked. Look at that. Easy fucking clap, boys. Okay. Stabby stabby gets the job done. Swear you weren't judging? No, come on, I know exactly what I'm doing, man. And the funny thing is, I feel like I kind of used to know how to do this, but it's been so long since I actually cooked with cabbage, I kind of forgot whatever skills I gained back in the day. All right, squeeze her in there. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Don't want to lose any fingers here. Oh. Okay, whatever. We do it like this way instead. This feels a little safer. Hooey, hooey. All right, get out of there. Yeah, look at that. Easy. Scared for my fingers? They are all still attached. Okay, no need to panic. Okay. Anyways, so how does one really chop cabbage in an efficient way? I feel like I shouldn't overcomplicate this. Probably just like, and then like a few of like the, do that on both and we're kind of good to go, right? Probably, maybe. Is this 1 pound of, what the fuck is 1 pound of cabbage? I legitimately have no idea. I have a food scale. I've used this before on stream, but the battery is completely dead, which is weird because I've only been using this food scale now for 12 years, and for some reason the battery doesn't work after 12 years in a row. What the fuck? Okay, actually, I do have a bathroom scale. Okay. Would that work? Can I get the bathroom scale out and just kind of put this on here and see if it goes up to 1? I mean, shit. All right, hold on. It's only got a bit of foot on it, right? It'll be fine. Okay. Okay, this bathroom scale. Oh shit. Okay, potatoes are boiling. Let me turn that shit down. Actually, it's still fine. Is it a bad sign that it's by default? I haven't used a scale in a long time. I never weigh myself. Is it a bad sign that by default it's sitting at 4 pounds even with nothing on it? I've not weighed myself in a million years. You wanna know how much I weigh, chat? Fuck it, let's find out. Guess we're gonna have to take 3 pounds off of this, but... here you go, chat. Streamer weight check. Has he lost all of his gains? Let's see. Oh. No, he has not. Nice, sitting at 1... Okay, like, for what it's worth, it starts at... like 4 for some reason, so you have to subtract 4. So we're sitting at like 165 or so? I'll take that. That's actually kind of like the weight that I've been trying to maintain for a very long time, even just if it's in my head, so. Cool. Nice to know that I'm not, A, I've not lost all my gains, and B, I've not become a fat ass. Good news. Exciting. I'm not gonna measure the cabbage with this. I get the feeling I might not be quite precise enough. Okay, all right, okay. Now chat's gonna like come up with a bunch of conspiracy theories as to how I somehow faked the scale weight just to make myself look better. You're right, I did. I set up an entire bit before stream started just to show you guys that I'm some predetermined weight. Okay, anyways. Whoa! Don't do that. Jesus Christ. Are we good? Okay, we're good. Whoa! 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 Potatoes. Oh, also I didn't actually measure how much time these have been going. Whoa! Whoa! Fuck. Normally I'd set a timer on my phone, except I can't do that because... Okay, I'm gonna do it on Google here. Timer... 10 minutes, that'll work. Okay. Start, go. Okay, cool. Anyways, what was chat saying about the 1 pound? Was someone saying like half of this? Weigh yourself and with and without the cabbage. 1/2 is probably close to a pound. One of these is a little larger than the other one, so maybe like this one is a pound. The fuck does a pound weigh? I'm thinking, yeah, we'll start with this. We'll see how much this produces and see if we need more. I get the feeling you're right, that this will be more than enough right there. Half will do. Yeah, I assume you're correct on that. All right. Yeah, I know, Mahler. Like, I know in reality, like, you just, like, use the fork test for potatoes, right? But still, like, timer doesn't hurt, just to, if anything, be a reminder. All right, fuck, how did you do cabbage? I've done this before, I swear to God. I think you just did, like, and then a little bit, so let's just do that. Quarter it? Really? Okay. Hooey. Hooey. Ugh. Hooey. Oh. Oh. Hooey. Oy, oy. It's a lot of green stuff. Yeah, I mean, the good news about cabbage, though, is it kind of turns into nothing once you cook it. No? What do you mean, no? This is quarter. This isn't a quarter sized. Whatever, dude. I'm just gonna cut it this way. Fuck it. Whatever, man. Imagine trying to overcomplicate cutting a bunch of, like, green string, essentially. Whoa. Quarters one direction. Oh, now I see what you meant. Whatever. It's gonna all become cabbage at some point. All right, cabbage shreds. Like, does it really need to be overcomplicated? I don't think so. It's gonna be fine. Right? Like, literally, all I've like what I've done already. It's already just like, oh look, it's cabbage. Perfect. Cool. Awesome. I think really, honestly, I just cut this in half, like right there. And then it's kind of just good, because like, I don't know, that looks like cabbage chunks. It's fine. Do I have a grater? I do, yeah, but why would I want a grater for this? Well, that doesn't seem like it would really be productive for cabbage slicing. Oh. Yeah, whatever. What did I just do for that last one? Whatever I just did, I should do that again. I think I just did this. Yeah, this is fine, dude. Honestly, this will get the job done just fine. Cabbage, I feel like, is super forgiving when it comes to cooking it, man. It's like leaves. It reduces into nothing regardless of what size you made them in the first place anyways. A mandolin. Yeah, I don't own a mandolin, sorry, chat. Have not gotten quite bougie enough for that one yet. Potatoes are doing their thing. Okay, we're Gucci. And yeah, I think as far as the quantity of cabbage, I think we're being chillin' with the quantity we have. I think cutting up that other half would be way too much. I think we're just good as is. I'll be curious to see what the sensation is like to have cabbage like mixed into mashed potatoes. I mean, like, I know it's not like some rocket science or anything, but I'll say this, mashed potatoes on their own are already kind of goated. I don't really ever feel the need to like add more shit to mashed potatoes after I've already just mashed the potatoes themselves, so I'll be curious to see if the rest of this shit kind of enhances the experience or not, I guess. We'll see, we'll see. Probably good. I mean, I don't know, hopefully it exists for a reason, right? You would assume that Irish people made this not because they were bored, but because it maybe made mashed potatoes even better. I don't know. Guess we'll see. All right. Yeah, that's an entire nasty ass bowl of cabbage. I'm gonna call that good enough. All right, cool. What next? Okay, so we gotta also prep 4 medium green onions, specifically the white and green parts thinly sliced and separated. Okay. Shit, I think they're right over here. For what it's worth, this is a first, I think, for the entirety of Clueless Bachelor Cooking ever. I don't think What? I don't think I've ever actually used green onions for anything I've ever made, ever. And also, would someone like to explain to me why the fuck are these called onions? Am I missing something? When I think of an onion, I think of like, you know, an onion. What the fuck is this? Why are these onions? So would someone like to answer this question for me? I've actually wondered this for a very long time and I've never been brave enough to ask. Why are these onions? Why do we call these green onions? What's up, Eatonlaw, by the way, coming in hot with the tier 1 sub now for 59 months. My God, man, that's a lot of months. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Whiskey Fund. Love you too, bud. Spring onion? What the fuck does that mean? green onions are goated. That doesn't answer my question though. Why is like something that's just like onion equal to onion? What? Huh? They're like, baby onions, have I seen an onion sprouts? I've never gone outside. Why the fuck would I know what plants look like? They grow green like the green onions. Do they? What turns into the oven, or then the onion is like the bottom part? Whatever, I'm not gonna overthink it, whatever. Okay, sure, why not? They're an immature form of bulbing onions. All right, yeah, that sounds vaguely correct. I'm gonna take your word for it on that one, chat. Sure. Taste the white part, it's relatively onion-like. Okay. I'll bite, quite literally. The white part. Should I wash this? Nah. Huh. No fucking kidding, that does taste like an onion. Huh. It's not as strong as onion though. It doesn't have quite the like the want to make. That doesn't like make you want to cry sort of onion, but it's like it's got the flavor. It's just less intense. All right, fair enough. The more you know. All right. Well, chat actually being somewhat useful for once in my life. That's kind of shocking. Neat. All right. Anyways, what am I supposed to do with these green onions anyways? It says 4 medium green onions, so let's take out 4, one of which we didn't chop off the white part of already. That one. That one. That one, and that one. Okay. And then white and green parts thinly sliced and separated. So we're gonna thinly slice all of these, but separate the white from the green. That seems a little racist, but okay. I don't know why the green and white don't deserve to be just integrated into the same kind of pile, but maybe this is like an old-fashioned recipe made in like the 1800s or something. Like, we've evolved as a species since then. But we'll try to keep it authentic for now. Don't cancel me, please. So, okay, so we're supposed to thinly slice. What does thinly slice mean? I don't fucking know. Like, this maybe? All right, sure. There's the white onion part. Not exactly a lot. Like, there you go, that's fucking it. Like, it seems like nothing. Like, why are we separating these? I have actually no idea what... This tiny little quantity of onions apparently is going to become something. Okay. I'm literally going to just put them in here. Okay. I'm adding like a 10,000th of an onion. Yeah, I don't know. This is what the recipe says, okay? I'm just trusting the process, I guess. Well. And then we thinly slice the rest of these, of which I'm pretty sure a slightly larger quantity is going to be created. Okay. Do you slice like all of this? Like even all the way up to like the very top of the green, or do you stop? Because I feel like the edible part is kind of ending and the rest of this is just kind of just like leaves. Do we still chop this part? Is that still a thing? Does this count as like slice the green part? Like even this part? Yes? Okay. Alright, if you say so. Legitimately, I've never cooked with green onions before. I don't know how I've avoided it up to this point, but I somehow have. Sure, why not? Okay, there you go. Big old tubular leaves, I guess. Why not? Love it, the best. Do accept the top couple of inches? Nope, fuck it, top couple of inches are in there as well. Alright. Fuck it. These chopping skills? Oh, shut the fuck up. You read the title of the stream. You know exactly what you signed up for. The poor people cut. Yeah, exactly. I'd definitely rather prefer to eat the tiny little white part that ultimately becomes the real onion. But apparently these do something because it tells me to save these, so okay. FSB is not disbanding, no. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Let me just cook. Quite literally, let me cook. We will talk about WoW-related stuff tomorrow, boys. Okay, so green onions and a tiny little portion of the white onions. Okay, sure. All right, and I think that's kind of it as far as what we're preparing, right? I think the rest of the shit's just ready to kind of, I don't know, just be added together and do the thing. By the way, as far as the Guinness stew is concerned, we can do a little simmer check, right? But still, we put it on timer for 90 minutes. We're at 36 minutes left. So, there you go. So the Guinness stew should be kind of like getting there, right? I almost wonder maybe if I should like stir it just to see, if anything, for like a thickness check. Let's test her out here. Let's see what we're working with. What do we get? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't qualify this as thick yet, but I will say the color of that is looking really nice, and I will say the combination of just the ingredients that are in there are looking quite tasty. Maybe just give this a little taste test to see like how we're coming along. A little broth test, if you will. Ooh, that's hot. Pretty good though, pretty good. Okay, all right. Quite literally, we'll just keep it, let it cook. All right, but all right. All right. Potatoes doing their thing. These ones, shit. How long left on that timer that I set? Why did my timer just stop at 28 minutes? What the fuck? I didn't stop it at any point, but okay. At this point, we're just gonna do the fork test. Let's see how the potatoes are looking. There's no need to overcomplicate mashed potatoes. I've done these before. BWL time confirmed 28 minutes. If we get 28 minutes, that might be a problem. It's a little slow, How we're looking here. So like historically with mashed potatoes, you just want to make sure that like basically they just fall apart as soon as you just put like any pressure on them with a fork. So, okay, hold on. Do a visual example and chat can tell me if I've successfully boiled potatoes. Very difficult process, of course. Let's see. That looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah. A little resistance required, but not much. This load-bearing tape. Do people still really not know the story of the tape? I've told it so many times on these past cooking streams. I mean, I know it's been a while since I did a cooking stream in my kitchen, but people still really not know the story? I can tell it again if I... It's not that funny, or it's not that interesting, but like... Hold on, I'm trying to get another potato chunk just to test the doneness. Looks mashable. I think it needs like a tiny bit longer. Not much, it's getting there, but... There's still a tiny bit of like force required to break the potatoes, so I feel like it just needs like a little bit more time. But anyways, as far as the tape is concerned, clean my wall? No, if anything, shit. Hold on, I need to re-up on my. It's been a while, man. Cleaning? Why the fuck would I do that? Yikes. Boys, I don't know what you think you just tuned into, but if you're expecting some clean, pristine kitchen where like some professional food is being made, you have tuned into the wrong stream. We're going for full fucking bis, boys. I don't care what it takes. There we go.
Full fucking beef.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I don't care what it takes.
Yeah, that's clean. That's good. Yeah. There we go, baby. Anyways, so like I was saying, if you want to know the story of the tape on it, it's not that complicated. So when I moved into this apartment, it's a one-bedroom apartment, right? And so when I was looking at apartments that I was going to move into, like with the streaming stuff in mind, I wanted to move into a place where I could kind of have like a dedicated stream room, could kind of have a place where I could like just have a place that's nothing but for streaming only. So what I ended up doing was I used the bedroom, or what's supposed to be the bedroom in this apartment, right in there. That's where stream happens, that's where the magic happens, baby. And because of that, I don't have the actual bedroom for sleeping. So what I kind of did was I considered like the room over there, like the bedroom to be the office, and then the rest of the apartment is just kind of like a studio at that point. So in my quote quote living room is the bed, there it is, America baby. And the living room and the bedroom are kind of combined into one, right? A la a studio apartment. So what that means is that like the kitchen obviously is within view of the bed. And so literally the only reason this tape exists is because like otherwise like the light from the little clock shows, and I'm like a very sensitive sleeper. If there's like any noise or any source of light, it's like super hard for me to fall asleep. So I need like pitch fucking blackness and absolute silence. So because of that, I put the tape over the over the oven clock, so that way it doesn't light up the room when I'm trying to sleep. That's literally the only reason. No other fancy conspiratorial reason to cover the clock. That's it. What kind of logic is that? Why not stream in the living room and have a bedroom? Two reasons. Number one, the sound quality is better in the bedroom because it's more like, I guess, insulated. The problem with like this room is it's kind of large and high ceilings, so it's gonna be very echoey, which is not ideal for sound quality. And then number two, I know this might sound like a weird reason, but I kind of prefer to have like my rooms for like living real life, like living, I don't know, just like leisure time be separate from like the office, right? So I can kind of go into the quote quote office, start work, and then come out of the office and like have my own home, if that makes sense, like as a work from home setup. I don't know, it's just my own thing. It works for me. These gotta be ready by now, right? Yeah, okay, these are definitely ready. These are definitely just falling apart now. Cool. All right. Like a studio room, yeah, exactly. So the apartment that I lived in previously before this one was in California, and it was also a studio apartment, so I just kind of got very used to living in a studio. So to me, this was almost like, it just was like a natural continuation of the previous studio that I lived in. It got the job done. All right, anyways, what do we do next here? So, oh, we should have been doing this while we did the potatoes, fuck. Okay, so we're supposed to melt butter in a 12-inch skillet, preferably something with a light-colored interior. Over a medium heat, bring the butter to a simmer and cook until brown and smells nutty, about 7 minutes. Fuck, I should have been doing that this whole time. All right, well, we can do that now. Shit, if anything, I guess I can just use the burner that I just used for the potatoes and just do that over that one. All right, take you over here, Chet. Wait. So there's the potatoes. Let's get out a, this is a 12-inch skillet, preferably light-colored bottom. I really only have one pan that qualifies for that. I guess this will get the job done. Sure. Can I somehow move this? All right, cool. And we're supposed to brown a shitload of butter. How much butter are we supposed to use here? Supposed to use 6 tablespoons. That was a metric fuckload of butter. God damn. Right. It says unsalted butter, but I only have salted butter. Considering I'm a salt enjoyer, it's fine, dude. Great value, obviously. 6 tablespoons, that is, so like this much. Okay. Wait, that's a fuckload of butter, god damn. Alright. I've never really, I mean, you're supposed to just like, it literally just says like, okay, cook some butter. I've never just tried to brown butter on its own or never like cook butter. I guess we'll just have to YOLO this and see how it goes. I know it's like very easy to burn butter, that I know, so like, let's see how this goes. It's gonna turn light brown. Yeah, I get that, but I just historically I feel like it's extremely easy to turn butter from light brown into dark brown and also like, it's ruined, it's awful now. Oy. What should the heat be like if I'm trying to cook butter? What does the recipe say? The recipe says medium high heat. Oh, I'm paranoid. I'm gonna put it on medium for now. If we need to turn it up, we'll turn it up, but I know burning butter makes it like basically just completely ruins it, right? So I don't want to ruin it. Try this, and I don't have to do this shit again and waste an entire stick of butter. That would suck. Low, okay. It's low-ish, whatever. It'll smell different, I will know. You're giving me a lot of credit, but okay, we'll see. It's kosher salt and butter, so it's fine. Like everything, if it has kosher salt, yeah, 100% approved. Anything with table salt in it, complete dog shit, inedible, might as well just throw it away right now. Okay, okay, is that how that works? What is Seraphine's asking, what? Oh, also I just saw your question there. Where in California, where am I now? Well, I grew up in Southern California. That's where I was born and raised, like Orange County specifically. Went to Indiana, where actually I'm at now, for college, and then I went back to California for a job for a few years, and then for Streaming Classic, I actually came back out to Indiana because I didn't want to live in California, where the cost of living is just absurdly high, just to be able to stream something, to stream a video game that I could literally just do anywhere in the world. Does my phone not lag because of the storage space? What? Why would it? I'm not recording right now, I'm just like live streaming. Just goes directly to the PC and just shows it to you guys. There's no recording happening, outside of like, I guess the Twitch VOD, of course. Okay, cooking butter, sure, why not? Cheers, chat. You're saying I'll just be able to smell it, huh? Should have moved to Mexico? While I will say, I'm sure the cost of living in certain places in Mexico is probably pretty low. Number one, I don't speak Spanish. That's a problem. And number two, I'd say it could largely be a case of you get what you pay for, right? Like, I'm not looking for ultra high quality mega bougie life here in Indiana here, but I do prefer to not be murdered by drug cartels, so. And I know people are gonna say like, that's racist, Mexico's not that unsafe, it's fine. Like, I get that, I'm sure it's probably fine 99% of the time, but like, if anything, I moved to where I am now just because it's a place where I kind of already knew I was comfortable living in because I had already lived here for 4 years for college. Okay, I will say it is starting to turn brown, that's good news, okay. What kind of Mexican doesn't speak Spanish? Probably somebody who's not Mexican. Well, that FFB is still in the stove. My brother, we literally just like refreshed it like 5 minutes ago. Killing me, dude. Butter's done. Is it? I don't know. Is it done? Shit, I don't fucking know when butter's done cooking. Is this browned? Is this like fine? Chad, I literally need your help on this. I've never cooked. Is this good? It smells, I guess, nutty. I don't know. Okay, it's good. All right, sure. Fuck it. It's good. Don't overdo it. Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. In that case, what are we doing next here? Return the pan with, hold on. Bring to a simmer, cook until brown, smells nutty, 7 minutes. Sure, that was faster than 7 minutes, but okay. Pour off a half a cup of the brown butter into a small heat-proof bowl and set aside. Okay, 4th cup. I'm gonna fucking measure that shit, man. Also, pour this? I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to pour this without just burning my entire... Whoa! We're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Just my backup phone. It's fine, okay. Okay, pour in a 4th of... How much is this? A 4th of a cup? I don't fucking know, dude. Let's assume just half, I guess. Oy, oy. All right, that's probably a 4th of the cup, I guess. Sure, why not? All right, what are we doing now? Return the pan with the remaining brown butter to medium heat and add the cabbage and whites, and only the whites of the green onions, okay? Not the greens, they're not good enough, they don't deserve to be added to the pan, only the whites, okay, okay. Write that down, chat, write that down. Only the whites deserve the good treatment. Okay, just a very small quantity of the whites. Yeah. Alright. Don't like add salt or anything to this shit, I guess. Alright. Now the recipe says like it's gonna seem like a lot of cabbage, but don't worry, it's gonna cook down, which that I know. I know cabbage like kind of cooks down into nothing. Similar to like onions and similar to like any other lettuce or super moist vegetable. Okay. Nice job, burn the shit out of butter the first time you tried that. I mean, shit, I honestly, I would have kept going, man. I would have like kept going at least for a few more minutes without chat's recommendations, so. Pretty sure the only reason I didn't burn the shit out of it is because chat told me to stop. All right, mix it up, trying to get all of this coated in nice little brown stuff. Yeah, give me some of that brown stuff, brother. I legitimately have no idea what the reason is. Like, why would you only put in like the white portion of the onion part? I'm not really sure, but something, trust the process, I guess. Okay. All right. Brown is more bitter, maybe? Sure, I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, this really hasn't grown on me over time. It's fine, but extremely underwhelming. Not worth the price. Not worth the price tag of 60 bucks, that's for sure. Disappointing, but hey, now we know. The whites need to cook down like normal onions, the greens would just wilt away like spinach. Okay, I guess that makes sense. And what you're saying is the whites deserve special treatment. Okay. I'm not really sure what message you're trying to convey there, but no comments, I guess. Are the greens being incorporated raw? I don't know. You think I've read this far into the recipe? I'm just doing this shit as I go, man. Also, I know someone said earlier, like for the Guinness stew, that maybe like if we wanted to thicken it up a bit, we should add some cornstarch. While this is cooking, let's check one more time on the Guinness stew. I don't know. I want to get chat's official opinion as to whether we think we should thicken it up. Because I'm not gonna lie, I want something like really fucking thick and hearty, and not something like liquidy. And it's got still, at least according to our timer, of an hour and a half. And I understand the longer it goes, in theory, the better it'd be. But I want chat's advice on this one. How are we feeling on the thickness level of this Guinness stew is what I want to know. I.e., should we be adding some cornstarch to maybe thicken that whole arrangement up? So here, let's see here. Can also use the potato water? Oh, smart. You're right. I guess I could. Yeah, so like, it's looking color-wise good. Smell-wise, it smells amazing, but I'm not gonna lie, it's still very liquidy, right? It's like got no... It's just, yeah, very liquidy still. I do agree that it needs to be thicker than this. You're saying it'll get there? If I was like simmering this for another 3 hours, then I agree, but I'm not, right? Like it's only gonna simmer until basically we're done with this current Colcannon stuff, so. Potatoes are gonna thicken it like in the next 20 minutes though? Think it'll get there, wouldn't thicken? All right. Can we add just like a little potato water? Can we just take a little like whoop and just like whoop? Is that allowed, chat? Can I do that? Is that like a decent compromise? As it cool downs, it'll thicken. Yeah, I know. You can always thicken right before. Do it. Little potato juice as a treat. Yeah, treat yourself. All right, I mean, it's just a tiny bit. I'm just like barely a smidge, okay? Incoming nasty ass ladle, all right? Yeah, don't judge me. Just a smidge, all right? Literally just like, All right, that's it. That's all we're gonna add. All right, see what happens. I have no idea. Kind of experimenting. All right, there we go. Also, maybe turn that up a tiny bit. Yeah, okay. See what happens. All right. Well, it's supposed to be like the starch and the potato water like thickens it or some shit. I don't know. Okay, you guys are talking to me as if I know what I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. In case that, was that not obvious? Okay. Anyways, I don't actually know what the next step is. What am I supposed to do after I cook this cabbage? Should probably read. That smells nice. Combination of cabbage and browned butter. Tasty. Can squash some of the potatoes in the stew a little bit too. Helps thicken it as well. Does it? We'll like once like it's almost time to serve, maybe we'll try to. We'll see what it looks like then. How about that? All right. Anyways, return to the pan. Pan will be okay. Pan will be quite full. The cabbage will wilt, making stirring easier. Yeah. Season with the remaining half teaspoon of salt and pepper. Oh shit! Should have done that earlier. Okay. All right, chat. All right. Get off my dick. There you go. No table salt here. All right. Ah, yes. I'm not measuring this shit. I'm pretty sure they're telling you to measure it, but like, whatever. CBA. Okay. Mix that bad boy up. Oh man, that smells amazing, dude. One thing I love, just like corned beef and cabbage, man, just like the cabbage, I'll just eat that shit on its own, dude. Oh ho ho, tasty. Oh, that smells amazing. Just, I mean, like, yeah, surprise, surprise. Salt, butter, and pepper and cabbage, like, yeah, combine those things. Surprise, surprise. Like, you can take out the cabbage, like, you could literally just mix anything in butter, salt, and pepper, and yeah, it's gonna taste pretty fucking good. Who could have imagined that? Yeah. Ooh, oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay. Next, what are we doing? Stew needs to get thicker. I agree. It'll get there, though. Oh, shit. What's up? Whiskey Thunder. What a topical name coming in. How about the gifted tier 1 sub? 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Oh, shit. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll drink to that. Good man. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets Doritos and literally the Whiskey Fund. It's a very topical name indeed. I'll drink some whiskey for that. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Seriously, man, thanks for hanging out. Glad you're enjoying. It's a chill cooking stream, man. We're not doing anything overly ambitious. I know the setting is nothing particularly special. It's just my kitchen, but this is almost kind of like one of those back to basics cooking streams where I'm not trying to overcomplicate things or not trying to get too fancy with it. This one's one versus like, fuck it, man. It's St. Patty's Day. We're gonna drink some good drinks, make some simple food, simple, hearty, delicious food, have a good time, do some yapping. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Anyways, what add-on is it that I use to make my UI dark? Someone in chat maybe knows. That answer to that question has gotten more complicated over time. It used to be just Lordy UI. It used to be literally just that was all you needed. Unfortunately, Lordy UI has not really been updated, or at least not been consistently updated since the release of Classic, so over time I've had to add more add-ons to basically make it so that like my UI continues to be darkened in full as the client continues to develop. So nowadays I use a combination of 3 add-ons. It's Lordy UI plus Dark Mode UI plus Frame Color. All 3 of those combine to basically darken all the elements of my UI. It's excessive and it's silly that I have to use that many, but yeah, that would be the answer. All right, what is the next step here? Let's see. Next up, we are Cook until tender and lightly browned, about 8 minutes. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that looks like cooked and lightly brown. I don't know. Okay. And then what? Drain the potatoes, return them to the cooking pot, add the milk and so. Okay, so basically just make mashed potatoes now. And then. Oh shit, I gotta make chicken broth. I didn't even see that part. Fuck. Okay, fuck. Okay, I gotta do that now. Apparently we're supposed to make chicken broth at some point. I didn't realize that. Okay. How do I do this? All right, you're gonna scoot back a little here, Chad. We got one burner left we can use, so we're gonna make the best of it, I guess. Chicken stock. Yeah, okay. It's only supposed to be a quarter cup of chicken. That's like nothing, man. Quarter cup, seriously? I mean, like, can I, okay. Instead of like doing this separately, can I just use the cheat code of, can I just add like a chicken bouillon cube to that? Add like a half cup of water and just let that become chicken stock? Is that allowed? I don't really feel like making a quarter cup of chicken stock. What a fucking waste. I'm just do that, fuck it, man. I know how to cook. Sure. Yep, all right, yep. Chat says yes, and good enough for me. A little bit easier, right? Yeah. I guess I won't use a full bouillon cube, because like a full bouillon cube would normally make like a cup, right? So I'll just make like, I don't know, I'll just use half of it, that's fine. Whatever, dude. That's what you do? Yeah, it's kind of like lazy man's chicken chicken broth, right? Ooh. Rare angle here, by the way. Come on, baby. Yeah, that'll work fine. So, all right, half a bouillon cube. Toss that shit in there. And then just add like a half a cup of water. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Snort the other half, what, crush it up and just like mainline chicken bouillon cubes? I mean, chicken bouillon cubes are tasty, I'll give you that, but that seems a little irresponsible, not gonna lie. Oh my. All right, get in there, get in there. Let that one heat up and dissolve a bit, we'll stir that up in a bit. Oh yeah, that's already doing the thing, perfect. Okay, cool. So now we have to strain the potatoes and mash them up. Okay. Bottom of the sink, kind of a mess. Give me a second. Shout out to Lido, by the way. I definitely just replaced my soap stick head literally for the stream, so you wouldn't judge me. All right. Strainer that has seen better days, admittedly, at this point, but it still works. Rip all the rest of this potato water. Hopefully we put in enough in that initial little bit to thicken things up, because we are dumping the rest. All right. Now, the recipe says to add the potatoes once they're strained back to the pot and mash it in this pot. This being a non-stick pot, obviously I don't want to mash it in there, so we're just going to mash it in the ghetto-ass plastic pot instead and call that enough. So, yeah. Did I provide both Joels? Well, no, the Joels are courtesy of Lidocaine, who is still not a mod or MVP in my chat. Get fucked, loser. I don't know why I'm trying to like disparage you, but anyways. Joel is love, Joel is life. The child. There he is back there doing his thing. He's chilling, he's chilling. Sorry, it's mostly just like Chad is constantly whining about me like, Lido deserves something. You don't deserve anything. You're a slave to this chat. You'll be happy with what you have. So mean. Do better, streamer. Yeah, I don't know. All right, anyways. Let's mash this. Am I done with the cutting board? I think I am. What am I supposed to have these green onions, by the way? What did I even cut those up for? Oh, we're literally gonna do it like at the end. We're not even gonna cook them. Okay, fine. All right. BRB sending a clown to my house. Joke's on you. I'm not one of those people who's terrified of clowns. I'd be just like, go away. You're annoying. Fuck off. Actually, no. I wouldn't even open the door. That's the hack. If you never like answer anybody ever knocking on your door, then you can't get murdered. It's really just that easy. All right. So we're supposed to. I mean, like, whatever. Just make mashed potatoes. I don't know why I'm trying to like follow the recipe for this. I'm gonna add like half a cup of whole milk. It says. I really should have made. I should put some garlic in here. Maybe I'm gonna add some garlic powder. Am I allowed to do that? I don't know. Is that like haram for Colcannon? I have no idea. I've never had Colcannon before, but I feel like whenever I make mashed potatoes, if I don't add garlic to it, like I'm fucking up. Like everyone loves garlic and potatoes, right? But like, is it necessary, or is it like, oh no, that'll mess with the flavors? I don't know. Also, shouldn't I add butter to this? I always add butter to my mashed potatoes as well. I guess you could argue the cabbage has some butter in it, but like I still kind of want to add some butter in it, TBH. It'll be a creepy clown. Ugh. At the very, very least, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some salts, just because like it'd be silly to not add a little bit of salt to mashed potatoes, but I guess I already salted the water quite a bit. Oh well, too late now. Let's mash these up and we'll see. Oh, let me mix up this back here. Can you see that? Oh yeah, that cabbage is looking tasty, by the way. I would just eat this as is and be really, really good already. Got that chicken broth in there now. That smells nice. Oh, baby. Ooh. Let me show you what we're working with here. Boys, I know this looks underwhelming. It's like, okay, it's cabbage. What the fuck, streamer? That doesn't look interesting or fancy at all, but I promise you. Oh, that smells so good, dude. Cooked in brown butter, salt and peppered, and some chicken broth in there too. Buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyways, we were mashing potatoes. What was I gonna add to this? I guess garlic, but like, cabbage and brown butter bis. I don't think I've never cooked cabbage and brown butter before. I've cooked cabbage, but I've always just like boiled it and called like, oh, that's good enough. You boil it and then just you eat it, maybe cover it with mustard, but butter and garlic powder. Let me mash this up first, and I'm hesitant because like, unlike regular mashed potatoes, like we're gonna add shit to it, right? Like all the cabbage stuff to it. So I'm thinking like, well, maybe that would mess with the flavor profile of the additional stuff we're adding to it. If we add like the garlic and butter. Like normally, yes, I'm a garlic mashed potato enjoyer. I don't ever eat plain mashed potatoes. Oy, why would you do that? You always add garlic, obviously. Need some red 40? Whoa. All right, let's just mash this up in a nice little cum consistency here. Hoi! I don't own, by the way, like a little potato masher, so forks are the good ghetto solution for that. Yes, I know, plastic bowl. Yeah, streamer, microplastics, blah, 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 you're dick. Yeah, I've heard it already. Get over yourself. You used to use the garlic dipping cups from pizza places on mashed potatoes. Dude, that is actually a 5-head fucking idea right there. Holy shit. That like takes all the work out of it too. You literally just mix that in. That's actually insanely smart. Unfortunately, I don't have any garlic dipping sauce to add into that. But next time I do have one and I make mashed potatoes, that sounds amazing. Nutmeg is best for mashed potatoes? I've never tried nutmeg in mashed potatoes before. I mean, I don't hate the idea, but I don't know. It feels like it would almost add more of like almost like a holiday flavor to it. And I'm not really sure I'm making it, like not like specifically St. Patty's Day. It'd be more like for the, I don't know, whenever I taste or smell nutmeg, I always just think of like Christmas. I feel like I'm not really going for a Christmassy vibe right now. It's bis? Okay. Yeah, never tried it. I don't know. Maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll combine it with the garlic dipping sauce from a pizza place and add some nutmeg as well. See how they pair together. Okay, okay. My wrist is getting really fucking tired. Okay, well that's looking pretty creamy and pretty tasty right there, TBH. A little worried that once I add the cabbage though, like it's gonna kind of overflow the bowl a bit, but what am I supposed to do, by the way? Am I supposed to just combine these like once they're done and we're just kind of like Gucci? Yeah, I mean pretty much, okay. Oh, okay, oh, interesting. So we're gonna, all right, we'll do the final part last here, but let me finish mashing this shit up. We're gonna leave this as is. My temptation is to add the garlic, but I'm gonna let the recipe do its thing and trust that it knows what it's doing and trust that the flavors already that are being added to this are good. One thing I'm gonna do is taste the mashed potatoes. It tastes fine, honestly. Maybe a tiny bit more salt, just a little bit, just a smidge. What's better with sauerkraut? Well, all these silly EU viewers in chat trying to tell me how to cook this EU dish. Bro, there's America, I know what the fuck I'm doing. When in doubt, just add more meat, add more salt, add more butter, brother. That's how we do it here in America. So on the menu tonight, we are making Guinness stew. That is currently, actually the timer for that is literally just about to end. I planned this super fucking well, by the way. I was thinking like, how long is it gonna take me to do the whiskey tasting plus make the Colcannon? About an hour and a half, right? That should be enough time to simmer a Guinness stew. As I finish this, am I not a fucking god? Quite literally pro streamer. I don't know, boys. Not sure what to tell you outside of I'm kind of good at this. Speaking of which, by the way, let's check the Guinness stew. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna keep it a hundo, boys. This is not thickened up at all. I mean, like, well, I mean a tiny bit, but like, am I allowed to add some cornstarch now? Let me put it this way. If I were to pour this into a bowl and eat it, it would be fucking delicious, I'm sure. But I am looking for a bit of a thicker consistency. I don't want it to be like slop consistency, but at the same time, this is just like, right now the broth is still pretty much completely watery. Am I allowed to add like a little cornstarch? Is that a thing? Is that something that's gonna be like acceptable in the eyes of chat? What are we thinking here? Just leave the lid off? Yeah, that is something we discussed doing earlier. That is true, actually. Remove the lid. Okay, fair. I'll do that. How about that? Turn up the lid, turn up the heat a bit to compensate, but okay, you're right. Maybe we just let that go for a little bit longer and see what happens. Fair, fair. All right. All right, as far as the cabbage, I think we're just about done here. That's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Wow, it smells so good, man. You have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna take this up the heat. I think it's done. I think we're Gucci. Oh man. Yeah, we're good. Oh, that is so good. Holy shit. All right, all right. Let me finish mixing up these potatoes just a tiny bit more, but I mean, like I said, I kind of wish the Guinness stew was like a little thicker right now, but I'm sure it's, I could certainly eat it right now. I'm sure it'd be fine. Wind smelling stream. We're gonna save the smelling stream for a slightly less underwhelming whiskey. That's disappointing. It's fine. It's disappointing though. All right. We're gonna eventually wrap all this into a Hot Pocket. Oh my. Just a cheeky little Guinness stew Irish Colcannon flavored Hot Pocket. I mean, shit, it probably wouldn't be that bad. I'm at least willing to try it. little slurry won't hurt either if you need to finish it faster. I mean, yeah, to be honest, like we're pretty much done with the Colcannon. We're literally just about to combine and serve. So, can we just do that? Like, that's not gonna take long, right? If we just add some cornstarch, like give it like literally just a few minutes and it's kind of just Gucci, right? Chat, can I get chat's approval on that? Just add a little cornstarch slurry real quick. Not a ton, just a little smidge, just like thicken things up a little bit last minute. Someone tell me that I'm not crazy. Approved. All right, fuck it, we're gonna do it. Actually, well, I guess I gotta make this magical slurry first, huh? What a weird word, by the way, slurry. Okay, we're literally about to combine the green onions with this. I read that earlier, so whatever, just add those in. Cornstarch, I got it around here somewhere. Right, there we go. Great value, obviously. How much do we add into there? I'll be honest, I don't really know. I don't have a lot of experience with trying to make a cornstarch slurry and what the quantity we should be looking at in here is like, Need another drink? You're right, I will. Don't worry, we'll pour another one for the tasting. Spoonful? I'd qualify this as a spoonful. All right. Boom. All right, here, you're right. You're not wrong. Start with 1 tablespoon. That's like probably a tablespoon and a half, so whatever, dude. Yes. Quite honestly, the first time you've ever seen Guinness in a bottle. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I agree that it's not ideal. I looked for the cans, because like I know like with the can you can do like the whole foamy, fizzy, whatever thing, but they were out of cans because everybody else, surprise, surprise, was trying to buy Guinness on St. Patrick's Day. Who could have seen that coming? Anyways. Make a little slurry here, which, weird fucking word, by the way. Looking nice and, I don't know, milky, I guess. Went to buy Guinness today and they were all out. Yeah, in hindsight, maybe not the greatest idea in the world to buy all the alcohol for the stream, like, on St. Patrick's Day, like the day of, but imagine like being proactive. Imagine like planning for this shit more than like 3 hours in advance. Not knocking it. No, I mean 100%. Like you should be knocking it. 100%. Like I've had Guinness in like the cans with a little like nitro fizz or whatever versus the bottles. It's better in the cans. 100%. It's still fine in the bottle, but in the cans it just like adds a little extra. A little bit more to the experience. I don't know what you want to call it, but no, I'd personally rather have it in the cans. I would have bought in the cans if it was available, but what can you do? It's fine, it's fine. Okay, so cornstarch has been added. Let's stir that up, and then we can start combining the Colcannon, if you will. Some of that Colcannon, brother, hell yeah, dude. Okay, I will say, like, once we took the lid off, it is already starting to thicken a little bit more, so I think by the time we let the slurry do its thing here. Oh yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna be cooking here in a second, boys. I think we've taking the lid off. Honestly, already made like a very noticeable difference, even after like a couple of minutes. So that is extremely encouraging. Not thick enough to the point where I'd be satisfied with it as is, but it's already like if we let the cornstarch like do its thing here for just a few minutes, I think we're in business. Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, now. You know, it's subtle, right? But like, okay, there we go. Okay. God, that smells so fucking good, dude. Oh, yo. All right, let's combine all the rest of the shit. Let's do it. Getting there. Yeah, it's definitely getting there. Give it like 5 more minutes. I think we're good to go. All right, cool. So. Thank you, cornstarch. Thank you for your service. Let's combine all the shit for this, shall we? So we're supposed to add the warm cabbage and greens of the green onions to the mashed potatoes and fold to combine. All right. I can tell you this cabbage on its own is already fucking delicious, dude. Oh. Literally, this could be my meal. I could just spoon this into my mouth. That was absolutely fucking delicious. All right, mix her up. Sure, we gotta be careful to like not overfill this bowl, but I think we're okay. Yes, I know. Plastic bowl, oh my god. Yeah, sue me. I already have at least 5 or 6 lawsuits pending from the stream anyways. All right, we're not done yet, by the way. We're supposed to mix this according to the recipe. It's gonna be gassy as fuck. Oh, that's okay, man. I live alone. Nobody will ever know. So transfer the green onions and the cabbage, fold to combine, and then we're supposed to make a well in the middle of the potatoes, pour the reserved 1/4 cup of brown butter into the well and serve immediately? Huh? What do you mean a well? Why the fuck are we making some well? I don't want some pool of brown butter in there. Why don't we just like, all right, I'm axing that. I'm just gonna literally add the brown butter now and stir to combine. Why the fuck am I making some pool? I'm not here to drink brown butter. I mean, I'm sure that'd probably be pretty amazing, but like, no. It's just for being fancy? No. We're mixing in the brown butter so we can consume that, not just look at how fancy the little pool of brown sludge is. Buddy, come on. All right. Irish Colcannon, if you will. Never tried it, but I've got to say, it never occurred to me that I'd want to add cabbage to my mashed potatoes, and yet, I am so ready to devour this entire fucking bowl right now. Not gonna lie. Let me give you a little ASMR experience here. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, there we go. I know visually it's maybe not the most aesthetic thing ever, like, okay, cool, you just made like beige slop, congratulations streamer, but it's all about the taste, right? And that smells good, I'll say that. I'm gonna give it a little, I want to give a little cheater taste in advance here before we serve. Woo! Oh my. I'm not gonna say that regular mashed potatoes are bad, because obviously they're really good, and they're really solid as is, but that has a whole new layer, so to speak, to mashed potatoes. Turns out maybe the Irish are on or something. That's pretty fucking good. Okay. Now, here's what I want to do to kind of bring the dish together, if you will. I would like to, and the reason I made these two dishes together, and kind of the reason this whole time I've been wanting to thicken up the beef, or the Guinness stew, is because I'm hoping to, like, yes, I could just serve these two separately, side by side. I could serve the Guinness stew in in a bowl, and then I could just like get a small plate and serve the Colcannon on a small plate. But what I'm trying to do, and what I was thinking of doing, is I'd like to make kind of like a mashed potato bowl, if you will, and then pour the Guinness stew into the bowl, and kind of have it just be this kind of like combined arrangement that creates just this kind of like hearty, delicious mountain of beef and potato goodness, if you will. So that's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. That's what I've been trying to accomplish this whole time. Let's see how the stew is going now that we add the corn syrup to that. Whoa, careful, chat. Up you go. All right, let's see. We're going for like I don't know what sort of consistency I want to describe this as, but okay, yeah. All right, here we go, boys. This last minute cornstarch plus taking the lid off, I think is gonna save the day, because Now we're looking like a pretty good consistency here. It's not like what I'd call, it's not like slop, and you don't want slop, right? That's, especially once it cools down, that's gonna be not good, but I think we're looking pretty good here. Like now we've got some viscosity to it, if you will. Now it's not just immediately falling off the spoon as if it was just like water, right? What am I making? We're making Guinness stew and Irish Colcannon. Beef gravy on taters. Yes, sir, brother. All right. I think this is looking good as is, boys. Are we, I'm gonna turn the heat off. Fuck it, man. Now, by the way, I'm sure you could keep simmering this for another like 3 hours. And the longer you simmer it, I'm sure the better it would get. But at the end of the day, I don't have 8 hours for a cooking stream, so we're gonna go with it, what it is right now. So let me get an appropriate plate here. So here's what we want to do, okay? I want to, let's, first things first before anything else, let's make our kind of like potato, or mashed potato base, if you will, or a little mashed potato bowl, okay? So, wait. Okay. See if we can make this work. Rice spoon, nasty as fuck, as everything else. Okay, so, God, this smells good. I wish I could tell you how this smells different than just regular mashed potatoes. It smells like, I know it's gonna sound obvious, but like it smells like mashed potatoes combined with brown butter and cabbage. So like cooked cabbage when it's like made in brown butter. Oh baby, that is so good smelling. All right, so that looks like a pretty good base right here. So let's try to make like a little well here. All right, so let's try to make a little potato volcano, if you will. Okay. It's a fine science right here, by the way. Come on, I want some volume, baby. Come on, baby, come on. All right, there we go. Just gonna eat this now. That's fucking tasty. Okay. And then, bro's plating hummus. You know, if you're gonna do this, you might as well do it right. And which, by the way, I understand that this doesn't particularly look appealing on its own, but we're about to add the piece de la resistance, if you will. So I turned the heat off already on here, but it's still just kind of simmering a little bit. Let me give it one last little mixeroni. Okay. Dude, that is the exact consistency that we're looking for now. That is perfect, dude. Yes. Yes. Oh. 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 Okay. There we go. All right. Let's grab the ladle. So now it's a nice mouthful. Your mom wholeheartedly agrees. Is this dinner for the next week? Yeah, I gotta imagine this is at least my next like 4 or 5 dinners this week. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? Spoon this in like so. Oh yeah, that's the look we're going for. I guess I probably won't be able to fit much into this, so realistically, like, this is more about aesthetics than it is like an actual convenient serving method, but like, does that look like, does this not look hearty as fuck, dude? Are you not ready to absolutely fucking destroy this in your mouth? Bro. All right, let's take this to the table and let's actually eat this. I can look at it all I want, but I am actually really hungry because I didn't eat lunch, so I've not eaten for like a good, like 6 or 7 hours now. I'm ready to eat, boys. Let's do it. Oi, 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 oi. All right. Down we go. Disappointing whiskey, but you know, what can you do? Oi. Oi. All right. Does that have a decent angle right there? Probably fine. Okay, make sure the lighting's on points, of course. Shit. Okay, cool. Let's give it a shot. Grab my whiskey here, grab a spoon surely there's a clean spoon in here somewhere. Here's one. Now, as I kind of said at the start of the stream, and maybe reiterated throughout the stream, I'm not gonna try to sit here and pretend like we just made some ultra fancy, ultra difficult, ultra high skill level dish. We didn't. At the end of the day, this was meant to be a relatively simple, straightforward, good to just chill and yap dish that we got to enjoy at the end and just enjoy a nice little St. Patty's meal, okay? So for those that didn't catch it earlier, we made Guinness stew, okay, right here. So this includes some chunks of beef, potatoes, carrots, onions, your typical standard like hearty fare, right? And then the base right here is Irish Colcannon, which is like mashed potatoes combined with cooked cabbage that was cooked in brown butter. This whole kind of salty, hearty, starchy, thick arrangement, right? Food for the heart, exactly. Food that will kind of stick to your bones. Food that's gonna like keep you alive on a cold winter night. Admittedly, winter's sort of over at this point. It's kind of nice outside, actually. I wish I could have done the stream outside. That was the original plan, but it is what it is, right? What cut of beef did I use? Nothing fancy, just chuck roast. Just basically standard stew meat, if you will, but that's all you need, right? Okay, let's not beat around the bush any longer, shall we? Let me give you a nice little view of what we're about to take a bite of, okay? Oh, focus. Focus. Oh yeah, boys. Boys, boys, boys. Look at that. Fucking beautiful, man. The thickness, especially now that it's cooled down, is absolutely perfect. Oh shit, I need a napkin. Oh. Okay. Down the hatch. Oh. That beef melts in your fucking mouth, man. Oh, more, please, God. Isn't this table a bit low? It is. I always eat at my desk. I never use this table as a dining table. It's only like literally just for cooking streams. That's like the ultimate comfort food right there. That is exactly what it needs to be. Thick, hearty, tasty. The beef is just like so tender, melts in your mouth. The potatoes are just like, so thick and hearty and delicious. And the cabbage, like, actually, I didn't realize how much the cabbage was gonna add to this experience, but it really just like, it does enhance the experience, 100%. Oh man, good job, thank you. I mean, honestly, this one, not exactly what I'd call like high difficulty level. I'm not gonna try to pretend like this was like some amazing, extremely difficult dish to make, but honestly, dude, come on, come on. Oh man. That's just like, that's comfort food right there, boys. That's comfort food. Oh shit, what's up, Muscottin coming out with the gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you, sir, thank you, sir. Music on point too. Right, it's just like, it's a vibe right now. It's a vibe, man. What a chill little St. Patrick's Day. I was originally gonna do stuff with friends this weekend, but ended up just not working out. Like they were busy. I had the whole speed run thing to deal with, so I was just like, probably just this year, I guess it's not gonna work this year, whatever, but this is a nice little chill St. Patrick's Day with Chad, so cheers, boys. Forgot the beer? Brother, I got whiskey. Oh, which was underwhelming, but gets the job done. What's up, Moroff95 coming in off the Prime sub now for 4 months. Thank you, sir. Your sub will also go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos Fund. Appreciate you, dude. Already ate dinner, now you're hungry again? Eat dinner? That's so weird to me. Like, people eat dinner at 6:45 p.m. Like, I would never eat dinner at this time. This to me is, I just finished stream probably like an hour ago, and maybe I just ate lunch
Full
time.
fucking beast, boys. I don't care what it takes.
Not only do I like cooking streams because they're fun, and not only because it makes food that I can then eat for my meals for the next like few days, but also it just makes my kitchen smell so amazing. My kitchen just smells like hearty, delicious beef stew right now. All right, one last bite and then we can wrap things up. But, by the way, if you want the recipe for this, it's not hard, anyone can do this. ! Recipes. They're both in there. Would recommend. Very tasty. Recipes, plural. Recipe, I think, is something different, in fairness. Oh, that's so good. The beef is so fucking tender. Oh, it just makes me want to just be like, I want to wrap myself in up in a blanket. I want it to be like 30 degrees colder outside. So like, I want to just lay down in bed and just kind of melt into the bed. How far up is this recipe from all the ones I've cooked on stream so far? This one's different. This one's enjoyable not because it's got some ridiculous like flavor intensity or complexity, but simply because this is just like comfort food, man. This is like eating this food is the equivalent of just like a warm hug from like a really good friend or a really close family member, or just like a loved one of any type. It's just like oh yes, it's hearty. So like, have I made more complex, fancy dishes before? Yes. Have I made more like, I guess, taste-wise complex dishes? I suppose, but man. Sometimes you don't need some fucking bougie fancy dish. Sometimes you just want comfort food, and that's what this is. Any Europeans here that do like goulash? I mean, for what it's worth, like this is an Irish dish, which counts as European, right? It's beef stew, essentially. So, I'd imagine it's not too dissimilar, right? But I've never had goulash before, so I can't say for sure. Also, I just saw your comment there, Brock Games. Just, you made cinnamon rolls and ate the whole batch. That means if it was breakfast, yeah. You're a man. You're a goddamn free person with free will. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You do you, bud. If you want to call that breakfast, then who's gonna stop you? As also, like, will I let this stew more? I don't know, man. Honestly, it's pretty fucking good as is. I mean, should I? I don't know. Maybe. I guess there's no downside. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Goulash with mashed potatoes is so comfy. Okay, one more taste. One more taste. So fucking good. Oh, oh, oh. That cabbage is delicious, man. Some borscht. I love goulash. Yeah, I mean, if it's similar to this, I certainly couldn't complain. All right. Well, shit. I'm ready to enjoy the rest of this off stream on my own time, so let's let me finish my here chewing. This dish is just a warm hug. That's the best way to describe it. Just a warm hug to my soul, dude. Oh. Gotta make Colcannon this weekend look like a nice way to spice it up. Yeah, I don't know what I did that maybe might be atypical of Colcannon, but I mean, just adding the Guinness stew on top of the Colcannon. Recommended for sure. Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up. Let's go back into the war room and wrap it up, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my little dinner here and probably enjoy a little bit more whiskey tonight. Oi, 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 oi.
Oh. Sorry. Hi, chat. Hello. That was fun. Hair is kind of a mess, but that was fun. That was nice. Sorry, I don't have the lights on, so it looks kind of scuffed, but oh, that was tasty as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could have done this one outdoors, because obviously the actual ingredients and the cooking process of this dish was not particularly complicated, right? I could have very 100% easily done this over a campfire. That was the plan, right? Like, kind of simmer the stew over a campfire and then make the mashed potatoes off the side with my little camping stove. Add it all together, have a nice little camping experience. Ultimately, it just didn't work out, but it was still fun in the kitchen. And if anything, I will admit that the cleanup is a hell of a lot easier when you do it in your kitchen, not just in some random ass campsite, so cool. I say my hair looking better at the start of the stream. What have I done to it? I don't know, man. My hair's a fucking nightmare, man. The reason it only ever looks okay is because I cover it with headphones, so it looks like somewhat reasonable when it's like it's got this on to kind of contain it a bit. But otherwise, my hair for my entire life has always been like an unmitigated disaster. So I'm not going to try to sit here and say that, like, what do you mean it looks like bad? Like, of course it looks bad. It always looks bad. How was the consistency of the mash? It was perfect, man. Super creamy, super smooth, and the cabbage like added like a nice little, I don't know, roughage to it, I guess. Jump runs on the menu? Not today, man. I'm done. I am a little drunk, and I want to enjoy the rest of that dinner. So, alrighty, kids. So yeah, we'll call the stream here. That was fun. I enjoyed myself. Not like necessarily like the most complex cooking stream ever. Not necessarily the most daring one ever, or bold one, whatever you want to call it, but made good food, had good times, drank some good alcohol, had good times with chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Do I think it needed garlic? Honestly, man, no, I don't think it did. I'm not really tasting that thinking like, oh man, it's missing something. I think the combination of the cabbage with the brown butter kind of adds its own, like, I guess, flavor profile that makes it like the garlic isn't necessary. The garlic still might be a good addition. I don't know, but I certainly don't feel like it needs to have it for what it's worth, I guess. So anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. That was comfy. That was comfy. So I'll be back tomorrow. Stream tomorrow is going to start at the regular weekday time. It's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern time, 17, no, it's still a stupid time change thing. So 16 CET. It's going to be back to World of Warcraft. So for people that were wondering about the whole FSP situation, we'll talk about it tomorrow. There are things to talk about for sure, but thankfully mostly positive things, I think. So we'll deal with that tomorrow. Yeah, Cozy Cabin Tour 2025 coming soon, TM boys. Indeed. Got that to look forward to. You can do ! Discord in the chat if you feel like joining my Discord. It's a place where I post stream news, stream announcements. Anytime I go live, I'll make sure to ping you guys. It's a place where you can ask me something like, streamer, you're a drama, Andy, right? Give us your drama bait take. Vanilla WoW is fun. That's my take. Spicy, I know, in 2025. Having fun playing video games in 2025 is a little questionable, I realize. All right. Anyways, I'm going to finish off that Guinness stew. That's fucking delicious. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys keeping chat lively, as always. And if you're NA, have a good rest of the, I guess, evening at this point. If you're EU, have a good rest of the night. If you're OC, have a good rest of the morning. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for some World of Warcraft. Ugh. All right, fine, if I have to. Bye-bye.